Hey, everybody. It's good to see everyone.
Hi, guys.
I always look forward to Saturdays. Hey, Jillian. I think I sent a message, but I don't have Instagram. Is there another way I can see all your Hawaii pictures? Do you have them somewhere else? Because I really want to look at them.
Or she could private message them to you on Discord, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
when obviously, whenever you have time. But I would love to see them. I'm sure they're beautiful.
Or if you want to share them with everyone, put them in general on Discord. Go ahead.
And I totally agree. I read that Reg is going to Switzerland and you don't get to go, and it's totally unacceptable.
It is. It is very unacceptable.
Hey, Jane, it's good to see you. Hey, Sherry. Tell us what you guys are reading. We'll start the scavenger hunt. The last time I think we did a reading sprint just to give people time to get here, and then we'll start discussing.
So we could start a sprint at like 15 after and then do the discussion.
Sounds good. Jane said it's after lunch here, so I'm all fed and ready to sprint. Nice. I'm so glad I was finally able to make a live show. I missed the last few because time zone change keeps throwing me off. Well, that and if you want to go explore Hawaii, I'll understand.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm just kidding. We're so happy you're here, but I mean seriously,
You're the one that needs to put a GoPro on your chest and show us live stream.
Yeah, you should totally do that.
And now she's gonna have to get used to the time changes again when she goes home.
Yeah. Hey, Melanie, it's good to see you. Hi, Leanna. I saw your message about Death in Castle Dark. I'm so glad you're enjoying it more.
Yeah, she pre-ordered number 2.
My Instagram is public, so I can send you all the link and you can view without. Oh, okay. That would be perfect. Hey, Mel said. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Ro. Hi, Storm. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Theater Nights Are Murder by Libby Klein, number 4. Nice.
She's reading through that series kind of like you did, I think, Tiffany, because she was just going to get a couple of them in before the interview, and now she's on number 4.
When she said that, I thought, where's my phone? Because I need to be able to have my phone, and got it. Okay. I carried everything out right before, so about an hour ago for Kyrie to sit outside, so. Audiobook, Death with a Dark Red Rose, physical, Evil Under the Sun. So Death with a Dark Red Rose, that's the Julia Buckley.
Writer's Apprentice.
Yeah.
Cool. Which I'm going to start book 2, hopefully in March.
Stormer, will you read number 2 in the Poppy McAllister?
Yeah, that's the one next month that me and Mr. Francie are going to hold hands for.
And that's right.
Lee's readathon for Goodfellas has New York or New Jersey, so they can use that for the New Jersey.
Yeah, and then the Killing Floor that I'm going to do is like my buddy read that I was mentioned in my announcement for March Mystery Madness. I looked and it set in the it came out in the 90s. So I was like, oh, another one. I have the middle line. I have a bingo.
Nice.
So I'm like,
oh yeah, if it's 90s murder and New York. I'm gonna do a Diane Mott Davidson, Goldie Bear for the 90s. I'm gonna do anyone for the murder takes place, and then I think I'm gonna do Coffee House for New York. But there's so many that are set in New York. I found a list that I shared on Lee's Discord. There's more than set in New York than I thought.
Yeah, I tend to not pay attention to where they're set at. Yeah. And so then I was like, then I'm surprised. Oh, it was in New York.
I have on my SAS list I think it's called Murder with Recipes, but it's the catered series.
Yeah, that's New York.
Catered whatever. That's New York. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's on my SAS list. So I think that's what
there you go.
My plan is.
Yeah. She's like, I gave the middle road to the cozy readers. I'm like, you need to do that every readathon because if not, I won't compete.
Smart. I'm reading Death in Castle Dark, chapter 7 today. Excellent. Hey, Lee.
Okay.
Hey, Anita. It's good to see you. Hi, Sophia. A friend is helping us declutter our flat. Oh, that's nice. Hello, friend.
That's cool. I need that friend. Can that friend come here?
Hey, Stephanie. It's good to see you. reading, if you've got it, Haunted by Rose Pressey. I loved it. Are you enjoying it? I loved it.
I borrowed her Haunted Craft Fair, the first book, on Hoopla. I don't know if I'll get to it. I was going to use it for arts and crafts on Mr. Fancy's, but I'm doing something else. So I'm hoping I can get to it before it expires. So I want to try her.
I haven't tried it. That's the first book I've ever read by her, but I really enjoyed it.
Well, now, see, I want to do the Haunted Vintage too, and I was going to do an audiobook, but I can't do an audiobook because books 2 and 4 are Audible exclusive, and I can't switch back and forth, so I'm going to have to do the whole series on ebook.
Gotcha. It can also be New York State, Catskills Avenue, etc. Gotcha.
I think there is a Catskills.
Yes.
cozies.
Yeah.
There is. Vicky Delaney has a brand new
Isn't
series.
it like 50s or something?
It's either set in the 50s or 60s. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And I think it's set at like a camp sort of thing. Not like a campground, but more like a summer camp maybe.
Mm.
Or like a summer camp resorty type of thing. Something like that. Hey, Elizabeth. It's good to see you. I'm not going to be reading during sprint day, getting ready for company dusting, vacuum, etc. All that fun stuff. Would rather be reading. When are you making the desserts? That's what I need to know. The desserts. Tell me about that. Haley, Sophia, people just saying hi. Sorry. I'm listening to Pulp Friction for the wedding prompt, but I just started it about an hour and a half ago, so I'm at 20% right now. Nice.
I want to say that if you can hear vehicles revving up or any kind of weird stuff, I'm sorry, because my dad is trying to sell or trying to trade a couple of our vehicles for another vehicle. And so you can hear them out there starting them to make sure that they're like revving and revving and revving. It's like, oh.
I cannot hear it.
Good. All I hear is the chicken's going crazy, so I was muted. Stay there.
And I'm sitting outside, so I think that a lot. I'm like, oh, I bet that it gets loud. But, oh, Kairu. I was telling them that Kairu's off in the grass, and I wish I could show you him because normally he just kind of lays like normal, But today, he is laying over there belly up. Like, I don't know if he thinks his belly needs some tan or if the heat, I'm not really sure. I've never seen him do that, but he's enjoying himself, so I'm letting him be.
Yeah, it probably feels nice and warm.
On the sun feels good on his belly. Yeah. Hey, Rayesh said, hello, everyone. Multitasking with deep cleaning today, but I'll be listening. Nice.
There's the little baby.
Yeah. She's already being a brat. I'm going to be dog sitting on Saturdays for a 15-year-old Chihuahua for the next, I don't know how long. And so he should be here soon, and they get along. But I'm hoping he'll be good because sometimes he whines. So I'm hoping he'll just go to sleep. But yeah, he's like almost blind, but he's a sweetie.
I told Dad, I said, one of these Saturdays, I said, you're going to have to bring Whitney up here so I can show her.
Yeah. Oh, she won't let you bring her up?
Well, she will, but she wouldn't want to stay up here. She'd whine and so I'm like, you bring her up and show her off and then let him have her back.
Are you going to have a play date?
Oh, that's cute. Oh, there he moved. He was like, okay, I'm done with this. Catskills Pet Rescue by Deborah Blake is also a great series.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Another one. Thanks. Sherry said, I saw you this morning I saw this morning you put up March Mystery Madness announcement. We'll watch it later today. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And watch Elizabeth's. Yeah. And watch Elizabeth's video because I was watching it last night and she gives some good examples for the two.
Oh, and Janelle from Too Fond of Books. She gave a lot of really good ones. Like, I mean, with like hers. Deuce and, with the doubles and deuce. I mean, she had all different kinds of like, words.
Well, at first I thought it would be hard. I'm like, dang. But now I'm like, no, that's easy. Like, you could be really creative with it. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody should put like the book they read, they should say like how it's a double. Like, that'll be fun because they might see something that you don't see,
Yeah. Yeah. Janelle did. She did great examples. But yeah, Storm also has a video, and then in everybody's announcement video, there's a link of all the other channels that are hosting with links to their March Mystery Madness announcement. So It's
There's
going
a
to
lot of them
be
too.
so much fun. Yeah, I
Yep,
think
and
there's like
the link tree has their Discord for March Mystery Madness in it too. If you want to join
Yes.
the March Mystery Madness Discord.
Yes, there's a March Mystery Madness Discord. That's how a lot of us met last year.
Yep.
And then we enjoyed it so much at the end, they're like, we want to keep talking. So then like our book club was formed basically from March Mystery Madness.
I read Espresso Shot for the wedding prompt. Nice. We're gonna do a spin
Yeah.
at the quarter after,
So
and
when I get
then
it ready.
when we come back, we'll start the discussion. That way, if anybody's running late, they have time to come in and then also
Yes.
talk about their books. Woo! I will have dessert picks later. Nice. Gave it 3 stars. Okay, I can't remember what you were reading, Jane. Hold on.
The Espresso Shot.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Duh. I'm reading Body and Soul. Oh, I want to read that. Are you liking it? I really want to try that.
Let us know how that is.
I like her ice cream shop series.
I took it out from Hoopla, but then I never got to it.
Well, I'm curious to see if it's a millennial cozy because I think they said her other series is considered a millennial. Oh, did you hear that Miss Richards reads the live local dead radio one, Vermont Radio? She read it and she DNF'd it because she said it's really millennial and political and not very cozy. So I don't know. Still try it, but
oh no. Goal today, watch all the MMM.
we could do that during a sprint.
I did that last night.
I think I've watched everybody.
Yeah, I've only watched 2.
I think I went and watched. I think I've watched everybody's. Time for me to jump in the deep end and comment. Second time watching the live, so I'm not sure what's what. LOL. Today I will be reading Poppy Harmon and the Hung Jury. Well, Nadine, we are glad you're here.
Yeah.
Please feel free to comment and jump in anytime. And I like the Poppy Harmon series. How are you feeling about it? I enjoy it. The Lee Hollis Poppy Harmon series. They own a detective agency, and it's a group of older women, and they're called the Desert Flowers because the main character is Poppy, and then her 2 sidekicks are Violet and Iris, or Violet and some other flower name. I think it's Iris. It's super cute.
Yeah, and do you normally read cozies? We're happy you joined us.
Today
we're doing something called a scavenger hunt where we pick every month. We pick 2 themes, and you read from your own TBRs. So, and we do it on a wheel, so it's random. So we just happened to get wedding prompt for today. So if you've read any books lately that have cozies that have a wedding in them, you can share it.
Absolutely. So glad you're here. Lee said, "Hi, Nadine. Welcome to the group. We are friendly, so feel free to jump in and comment." Exactly. Well put.
I have the race up if you're ready.
Oh, okay. Yep. And it just spent to a quarter after. I'm just going to do this one. I've got split my TBR between March Mystery Madness and Middle Grade March. I've already read the group. Read Pony by Nice.
I'm gonna try to make some of my mysteries middle grade. So,
and then I think Elizabeth said she got the go ahead to do middle grade May. So
yeah,
you guys can do that more too.
Real quick, what are you reading, Storm?
The Primrose Path still.
Nice.
And I might switch in with Witches Get Stitches every now and then.
Gotcha.
Okay, and I need to finish up or work on Bewitching Blend by Kennedy Lane. It's a paranormal like tea shop on Hoopla, and it's really good.
Nice. And I'm doing Larceny in Liverpool on ebook. The reading more ebooks caused me to slow down on all my reading because I have to focus on that, and then I don't get as much reading time because I just read so slow on ebook. But I am really, really enjoying it. It's the Beatles cozy mystery that was for the blind date that Sherry suggested. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, duckies.
Old classic.
Excellent. Cozy, what do you think? Which one do you want?
Number 2.
Storm, what do you want?
Oh, 1.
Okay. And I will take Doc Duck for the win.
Dr. McDucky.
All right, everyone. We will see you back here. Happy reading. If you're coming in, hello. We'll talk about the scavengers as soon as we get back. The one that none of us picked, anyways. I'm sure people in the chat picked. How was y'all sprints?
Pretty good. I don't remember where I started off with, but I'm at 108, page 108. So.
Nice. Nice. Hey, don't chase a frog. Come here, baby. Sorry. How about you, Cozy? Come here, baby. Come here.
I listened to a bit of audiobook and read a few pages. My ebook I'm working on, the Liz McCrimmon #2.
You liking it?
Yeah, it's not as good as #1. I think it's just the theme.
Okay.
And I got to get used to the writing. I think this is a series I'm going to have to read a couple in a row because the writing style is so different. It's like multiple points of view and they're like interchanged. So like you got to pay attention. So it's like layered writing, which I enjoy, but I got to pay attention. So I think I want to read like 2 in a row because since I haven't read the first one in a while, like I need to get used to the writing style again.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, that is different. I am at 62% in the Beatles book. I'm really, really enjoying it. There is no murder, at least as of right now. Yeah.
That's actually refreshing if it's just a mystery in the Beatles.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, there definitely could still be. I mean, I have some people picked out that could be.
Well, but also you said you care more about the characters. And
Yeah,
the
I'm still enjoying it.
As long as you're still enjoying it and it's not like feeling like it's drawn out because there's not a murder.
No, because
so
it's
bad
really fun to listen to her talk about, you know. Yeah. I was telling Cozy, but I think it was like her and I just chatting ourselves. So it takes place in present day. And it's like I think a lady in her like 70s, and she's remembering back to when she was like the fan club. She got like involved with helping like the Beatles through her job at the record store, and then she kind of, you know, became like, yeah. So
kind of like a groupie or a fan club member or something like.
Well, like running the fan club and stuff. So
Running
she
it.
was like in with the Beatles, like knew them, like had interactions with them, not like, you know, but yeah. So it's really interesting to hear her tell the story. Is this the one you're watching?
Yeah, this is Poncho. He's 15. He'll be 16 in July. I'm just trying to get him settled.
Oh,
He's so cute.
he is adorable.
He's a good boy. He's just like almost blind, almost deaf. And he's like, "Where's my mama? She went to work."
Oh,
I'm Auntie Roe.
Oh, sweet. Cute. Hi, Master Goes Room Room. How are you? It's good to see you. It's my favorite name. I love it. In someone else's comments on another booktuber named Britta Buller commented that an idea for 2x2 would be to read a mystery that fits under 2 different subgenres. I thought that was a great idea. That is a really great idea.
Like a good one. Paranormal coffee shop or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm finishing up the paper menagerie, then I'll hop into the cozy. Nice. I'm just going to wrap up these comments and then we'll be ready. Cozy will pull up Goodreads. Oh, that is a great idea. The 2 separate ones. I like it. I made a playlist of all the announcement videos that are out so far in public, so you can go to my channel and access. That's awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth. That's great. Yes, that's a great idea. By the way, Storm, I'm still loving A Curious Beginning. It's fun to listen to on audio where I actually love the performance rather than just any audiobook.
You know, that's really cool because that's one series I haven't listened to on audio, so I don't even know what it's like. But yeah, that was one that I started reading it from like the very beginning, so I've stuck with reading it.
Yeah, except the last book you weren't.
Except the last book wasn't. But I still can't wait for another one to come out. But.
I have it pulled up. I don't know how many more you got.
Okay, I just got a few more. I was looking because there's a person that stopped right in front of the house. I don't know.
We don't want a repeat of last time.
No. I think he's lost though. I don't know. I'm enjoying. No, I do not want to read. I'm enjoying Body and Soul Food. So far, it feels like a typical cozy, not getting any millennial feels. Nice. Everybody picking their Ducky.
Yeah, who won?
Ducky number 3. None of us
Okay.
picked it. But if you picked Ducky number 3 in the chat, you are good to go.
Looks like there's
Easy.
about 3 of them that picked it.
Yeah, I saw a few. Hey, Susan G. Hey, everyone. Just got back from vet picking up meds for fur baby. I'm reading Sea Sweat by Nora Roberts. I haven't read a romance so long. It's taking me longer to get through. Yeah.
Is that a retro romance?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I hope that your fur baby is good.
Yes.
And it sounds like I'm glad you're enjoying the Nora Roberts book. Trying to read Death at Castle Dark, but it's small print paperback and it's taking me a while. Then I'll switch to audiobook. Gotcha. Hey, Cheryl. She said, hi, everyone. I'm not sure which book I'll be reading, but I'll start the next print. Gotcha. Susan G said, think I'll listen to Honey Roasted.
Nice.
And then Cheryl said, oh, I'm buddy reading Pillars of the Earth with Elizabeth and some other people, so I'll start that in the next sprint. It isn't a cozy, and I don't think it's a Mr. Filler, but oh well. Yeah, no, read anything you want.
It's a big old chunker.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a big
one. Cheryl says she likes this series. Thinks she talked about the coffee house. I won. Yay. 17 pages, 30 pages. I read 20 pages, only 6% left. Oh, you're so close. First 18 pages of the book, it makes me laugh at people's reaction to ghosts. I've never been frightened of ghosts. More startled when they just pop up. I would be, yeah.
Are you saying you've seen them?
Read up to chapter 11 in Death at Castle Dark. Nice. Or yeah, I don't know. Death in Castle Dark.
Yeah.
Well, people saying, hi, Poncho.
Like you can see him back there.
He's so cute. He's just sitting back there.
He's adorable. Just he's being so good.
You know? I know. I just don't want him to like jump off the things I'm like trying to keep eye on.
It's like a baby where you pack like them in and stuff, you know, and like
yeah. I'll get used to watching him. I just don't know like how he's gonna react. So it's the first day.
Whitney, she wants up on Dad's lap, but when she wants down, she's like tries to jump, and he's like, no, and he's trying to grab her to put her down.
Well, I have a sliding glass door that goes out to my backyard, and last time I watched him, he like ran into it twice, and so like I drew the curtain so that it's closed, but now I have the door closed because I don't want him to like go out there and hit his head.
Oh, poor guy. Oh, sweet baby. I like the way Lee Hollis writes. So my Poppy Harmon book is going great. Well written is the most important thing for me. And so human with a cozy series, 28 pages. Gotcha. So my question is, have you tried the Haley Powell series?
I was just gonna say.
My second question is, what are some of the other cozies that you like to read?
Yeah, or other authors. Yeah, the Haley Powell series by Lee Hollis is one of my favorite series. I'm all caught up. Super excited for book 15. I haven't tried Poppy Harmon, but I love the Haley Powell, and then I read the Maya and Sandra, and not a fan of that.
Yeah.
And if you like well written, have you tried Julia Buckley? Because I know that's what you guys are always talking about, how well written her books are.
Yes, that's a very good point. Julia Buckley and Laura Bradford, I feel like are very, very, they pull me in every time. I think we are going to start there and start with the wedding because there's, people keep coming. It's great, but it's not going to stop. And the other thing is, the person I'm on is talking about their scavenger hunt pick, so that is perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Add cozies in. When you tell us about your wedding pick, tell us what you rated it. I see that this person did, which is perfect. I'm just saying, as you're putting them in,
we can start with theirs first.
Said my scavenger hunt pick was As Good as Dead by Avery Ames, number 6 in the cheese shop. Oh, I gave it 2 stars. Okay, all right,
but she did read like that entire series back to back,
like real fast too.
Yeah,
I think those have such cute
I know. I love the
covers. They're beautiful.
So this is book 6.
So we usually.
I think she was saying she had issues with the main character a lot, like just.
Is that the one with the tapping and popping and smacking?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're always tapping the nose. I'm like, really? That is bizarre. Hi, boo boo. Hi, baby. Yeah.
I don't know if we've read this one before, so I'll do it. So, welcome to the grand opening of Fromagerie Bassett, or as it's more commonly known by the residents of a small town, Providence, Ohio, the cheese shop. Proprietor Charlotte Bassett has prepared a delightful sampling of bold. You're going to make me say all these cheeses. Cabot cloth-bound cheddar, delicious torts of Stilton and mascarpone, and a taste of Savon Blanc, but someone else has decided to make a little crime of passion the piece de resistance. Right outside the shop, Charlotte finds a body, the victim stabbed to death with one of her prized olive wood-handled knives. And I shelved it in 2014, so I've wanted to read this for a very long time. And she didn't discourage me. I'm still going to do it.
Yeah. I tried it, the first one, and I just don't remember why, but I didn't really connect with it. I thought I love it because y'all know I love cheese. It's like my favorite thing. So
my friends are over the place. 4, 5, 3, 5, 3. So it seems like one that's just particular, like with the writing style and the characters, you'll either like it or you won't.
But I think that, like, I do think it says a lot that she read like almost 6 books in order.
Right. Well, she read, I think there's 7, and she's read all of them.
The whole series. Yeah.
I think she binged like the whole thing back to back. And so there had to be something, because you can't read 7 books without because if I hated it, I wouldn't have been able to read 7.
Right. I wouldn't have made it past 2. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I know Miss Richards reads loves that series.
Yeah, Stephanie does. That's a series that she really enjoys. Thank you, Mel. So Jillian said got up to 18% in the Body and Soul. And then Jillian says her Scavenger Hunt pick was Engaged in Death by Stephanie Blackmore, and she gave it 5 stars.
Okay, we'll do hers, and then I think quite a few people read that because it was the Cortagonist's book club pick.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, Pancho.
Oh.
Someone, you could hold on. Hold on, baby. Here. Lay down. The door is shut, so don't walk into it. Okay. Okay, so I have read this entire series on audiobook over the years. And I enjoyed it. It's not a favorite, but I like it.
How many are there in the series?
6, I believe. And I'm not sure if it's over. I don't remember if the last book felt like a final book. The last one was my least favorite just because it was like a Civil War reenactment thing. But the covers are adorable. Yeah. So there's a cover. And it's currently on Kindle Unlimited if you're interested.
Oh, that's good enough.
And a couple people read it and they loved it. So I think we've read this before, but it takes place in Pennsylvania. And Mallory is the main character. I don't know if she has her sister. And they buy this old mansion, and they're turning it into a B&B. And they're going to host weddings there.
Oh, cool.
So she's a wedding planner, and they do it at the B&B. And there's a neighbor, and that has a little girl. They have kittens and cats. It's very cozy. And I gave the first book 4 stars. She gave it 5. And yeah, so a lot of people love it. 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5.
Nice. That sounds really cute. I love B&B cozy. So,
What
you doing, Bubba? Nice. 5 stars. Excellent. Cozy gave it 4. Sounds like some other people read it and liked it.
You've read it. I don't remember what you gave it. I think you read the first one, Tiffany. Yeah.
Sometimes when it's been that long ago, I get things mixed up with other things because there's a couple other series that I feel like I'm intermingling that with. Like there's a wedding.
Especially if the theme is the same, it's kind of hard sometimes.
Yeah.
And I always say, if you ask me a month after I read something, don't take my word for it because I've already forgotten.
Well, you're already gone right out of there.
Yeah.
Especially when it's been, they're not necessarily some of my ultimate favorites where I can really remember them, because there's been several crochet and knitting series that I get mixed up all the time that I read quite a few of a long time ago. And I'm like, I don't even know. I need to go and look in Goodreads and figure some of it out. Cheryl said, I've made it my goal that I'm recording every single book I read in Goodreads. As soon as I start to read it, I hit currently reading, and that way I don't miss anything.
There you go.
Cheryl said, good to know. I have a Curious Beginning out from the library on audiobook. Nice.
Yay.
That's perfect.
Oh, is that book 1 in the Veronica?
Yeah.
Lee read Honey Roasted by Cleo Coyle. She gave it 4.5 stars. Said, I wouldn't say it was wedding themed, but it was really good. I think that it was portrayed as a wedding. So,
Well, and you saying wedding theme in this series, those people that have read it already know, but at least I know what book it's supposed to happen now. And then someone's flat out spoiled it for me. But you enjoyed it 4.5 stars, yeah.
I think
Yeah, this
we've
is a
read
very
this
yeah,
once.
we've talked about this a lot. And it's a very long running series. I think it's talk about well written, very detailed writing. If you want to learn about coffee,
For sure. Yeah.
but it's also edgy in elements. So
Yeah. And I don't, compared to some of the other ones, I would say it's just not as traditionally cozy,
right,
or like she's saying, for
but it does have some subject matter that you would be surprised on certain
yes.
books. Yeah, but one of my favorites. I give the first book 5 stars. I'm on number 11. So if you guys haven't read the first book, On What Grounds, definitely I would add it to my your TBR. I think somebody was just starting it the other day too.
I read the first one, but it's been so long ago, I don't remember anything about
Well,
it.
it's great on audiobook if you can find it. That's how I've done the whole thing. The narrator is great, and I love the characters, and yeah, I feel like they're fast paced. And they take place in New York. So if you're looking for a New York series for next month for Lee's Readathon.
I can't remember if I rated it on Goodreads or not. I think I gave it 3 stars, but I'm not sure.
I can check. No, it's going to take a while because I have so many friends who've. Oh, someone gave it a 2. Yeah, you're somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I'll talk about mine next.
Sure. Hey, Breezy. She said at work this morning, just should be finishing Wildfire at Midnight by Mary Stewart today. Oh, it's a Gothic romance from 1956 for the retro read.
Are you liking it? I was curious. The cover is like really kind of cool looking.
Nice. And then Cozy has hers pulled up. This was her wedding pick.
So it's Winter Cake All by Denise Swanson, and it also has a skull on it. I think all the books for the series do. So super cute cover. This is book 3, which is the last book. I don't know if there's going to be more. I hope there are. It came out in 2020. So I'd initially read book 1 back in 2018. And I remember not liking it. I don't know the reason why. I remember not liking it and thinking, oh, I'm not going to continue. But this last year and this year, I've been reading Denise Swanson's Devereaux Dime Store series, and I really enjoy it. So I saw somebody reading one of the books or something, and I was looking for wedding, and I saw book 3 was wedding. So I'm like, I was looking for an audiobook. So I'm like, oh, let's just give book 2 a try since I like her other series. And I end up really enjoying book 2. And so I read book 3 for wedding cake. And I loved it. Like, her writing, I don't think would be for everybody. Again, multiple points of view. It's kind of layered. So like, if you're looking for straightforward, she's not the type of writer for you. Kind of have to pay attention because she layers in certain different plots at the same time. But I really liked it. The only thing I don't like about the series is it takes place on like a college town. So I don't really like the college town, but I love everything else. She has a chef to go business. Here's book 1, Tart of Darkness, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. So I'll just read the synopsis. Right when Danny thinks she's hit a dead end in her career, she unexpectedly inherits an enormous old house in a quaint college town that gives her the perfect opportunity to pursue her true passion, cooking. So Danny opens Chef to Go, preparing delicious, ready-made meals for hungry students attending the nearby university, as well as providing personal chef services and catering events for the local community. Yeah, so she makes these ready-cooked lunches. She does catering events. So in book 3, she's catering a wedding. And I was really enjoying the main character and the relationship she was building. And she also has people stay. Like, she has a couple of the college students she lets live at the old house. Mm-hmm. And then she has the Scumble River series, which I think you've read, Tiffany.
I really like that series.
And I read book 1, and that's definitely edgy. Like, this is traditional cozy, the Chef to Go. And the Devereaux's Dime Store, I really enjoy. But that I would call like 50% cozy, 50% romance. Like, it's really heavy on the relationship part. But not graphic, of course. But yeah, so I recommend giving that series a try.
Nice.
And it really inspired me to look back at series that I didn't like at the time because your reading taste changed. So it was a nice surprise. So I was happy I went with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always a fun surprise when you go back to
Yeah.
like it better than what you did before.
Yeah. Because I think my original rating was a 2 for book 1. And these ones, so I would, if I rate it, I would give it a 4. That's what I did in my reading journal.
Excellent.
So I really enjoyed it. And I hope there's more.
She also wrote just one book called A Call to
Mhm.
Charms or something like that.
Yeah.
But it is the name of a series, so I'm hoping there's more from it.
Right.
Because I really liked it.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one yet. Yeah, I like her writing. It's really different and it's interesting. And I think the reason I didn't like it the first time because it's layered and multiple points of view. And and back then I was just getting into cozies like full time in 2018. So I think I was very particular with what I liked back then, and now my tastes have changed. But yeah, give the series a try. They're good on audiobook. I like the narrator.
Yeah, that's awesome. We'll read a couple comments, get through one more person, and we'll come back and do either Storm or mine. I don't think there's a wedding in Pillars, but I have to everyone else who's read the book. Gotcha. Stephanie, your SAS video was awesome, but I totally neglected to come back and comment. So sorry. I will do my best to do it today. You're so sweet, Elizabeth. Thank you, Elizabeth. A Fatal Feast by Lynn Cahoon. I give it 4 stars. I'm assuming that's her wedding pick.
This is one that I just noticed was a wedding one, and I was like, "Dadgummit, if I'd have known that, I would have read that one," but I didn't because I have that one out on Hoopla. But I was
that's funny. It has a big old wedding cake on it.
I just didn't pay any attention to the cover. I just automatically put it in my
Yeah.
It's the next one I needed to read. So
this is the Farm to Fork series. I've read a couple of these. And she gave it 4 stars. Have you because it is a brand new book, and I know you do Arcs, Anita, is it a series that you've read, or is this the only book you've read of it? Because this just came out in January. And you said you've read a couple of them, Tiffany?
I read the first one.
Yeah. And Storm.
And I liked it.
And I read all of them except for this one because
okay.
I was like, if I would have known it was her.
It would have been perfect.
And well, I like that we get variety. That's why we didn't want to all read the same thing. And then it's on Kindle Unlimited too. So that's awesome. So if it sounds good to you, go ahead and read it. I love the name Who Moved My Goat Cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the goat.
It's amazing.
Cute. I gave the first one 4 stars, but I know I've read, I think 4, but as the series goes on, I don't feel a connection to any of the characters. And I'm not the biggest fan of Lynn Cahoon's writing, but I love the concept of it. That's what I really wanted to like. So she has a farm to table restaurant, the main character, Angie. So,
yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that's either on the list of like which ones of hers I like. I think it's down like number 3 or 4 on all the cozies that the series. It's definitely not a favorite, but I think it's okay.
It says with 3 weeks left, or 3 weeks until opening night of their restaurant, the county seat, Angie and her best friend and business partner Felicia are scrambling to line up local vendors, from the farmer's market to the goat dairy farm of Old Man Moss. Fortunately, the cankerous Moss takes a shine to Angie, as does the kid goat Precious. So when Angie hears the blood-curdling news of foul play at the dairy farm, she jumps to mine the man's livestock and helps solve the murder. One thing's for sure, there's no way Angie's going to let some killer get her goat.
So Anita says she has read the entire series and she's sad because that's the last one.
Oh yeah. Miss Richard Reed was saying, so number 6 is the last one.
Yeah.
And book 1's only 184 pages. So if in March, if you're looking for some shorter mysteries to try, and that sounds good to you, Farm to Fork.
Yeah. And it's not, I don't think it's like a bad series, but I think it's the same like with you. I just don't really connect very well.
Yeah, exactly. I enjoy it. Like, look, I gave the first book 4 stars. I enjoy it. I just don't let it connect like I did. So I think I will continue since I know there's only 6 out.
Yeah, it's one that I think I mean, I've enjoyed it. It's not a favorite of mine. But not every series is going to be.
Yeah, and I like it. I've given everyone 4 and 3 stars, so that's good.
Yeah.
And I've read up to 4.5, so I'm actually on book 5. So I have 2 more.
And Stephanie said that she likes the Fatal Family Feast too. Unfortunately, it was the last. This series is so fun, so
Yeah.
she likes it. So
yeah, I love the concept of it. And then number 4, the cover looks like it's at a carnival, Tiffany. Oh wow! Wait, that actually made it big. That's weird. It never does. It never did that on the other one.
I think that's the one I should look on Goodreads. I think I've read. I don't know. I know where I read Who Moved My Goat Cheese.
My favorite part of this series is the dog. I like the dog.
Yeah, they put the dog on every cover except the first one.
And then
that's because she gets the dog like later a little bit like into the last of the first book, I think, or the second book or something.
Yeah, that's my problem. I never remember details of anything.
Yeah,
I also really I think I've read. I like her Tourist Trap series. I like her Kitchen Witch series.
Didn't you have her on as an interview?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I like her Kitchen Witch, and then I like this one as well. I think it's just those are the 3 that I've tried by her.
I want to try Cat Latimer.
Yeah, the Cat Latimer is the second to I got first it's the Tourist Trap, then it's the Cat Latimer series.
But what's the premise?
The Cat Latimer series?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a young adult author or whatever, and she her husband, she was getting a divorce or she was divorced, I can't remember, but her husband ends up dying and she inherits the house and stuff. So she turns it into a writer's retreat.
Oh, okay.
But there's like this huge mystery surrounding what exactly happened to her husband.
Oh.
Yeah, it says former English professor, the house, a bed and breakfast, open for business, authors. So is it only a writer's retreat or is it a bed and breakfast?
Well, they probably do, like, they serve stuff, but I mean, it's mostly a writer's retreat because every time there's always different authors there writing their books. So
like Ellery Adams series, but
kind of, yeah.
Nice. I didn't have that mark, so I'll save that.
Stephanie said she also read Engaged in Death, which is the one we just went over, and gave it 4.5 stars. So people are really enjoying that one.
We'll talk about mine. Oh, well, we'll talk about mine now.
I think it's Sherry's, right?
Yeah.
Sherry said she read Murder at Irish Wedding. It was a DNF, which is also the same book Storm read.
Yes.
Yeah. She said it had a different feel than book 1 because this is book 2.
It really did. I'm like, I just read like the first one last year, and I kept thinking to myself when I was reading it, did I miss something in the first book? Did I forget something that turned her from a bistro owner into a policeman?
Because she was very aggressive in her sleuthing.
Yeah, well, like, because her boyfriend is part of the Garda, and right in front of him, she would be asking all the questions. And he'd be looking at her kind of like, or he would get kind of like these aggravated looks because she's the one doing all the questions. He's the policeman. He's supposed to be the one asking the questions. And she was just really aggressive and trying to figure it out. And I was like, when did she become a police? That's what I kept thinking through the whole thing. I was like, did I miss something in the first one? And she's supposed to be the owner of the bistro. And she's got her siblings that she's supposed to be raising, but she's never at the bistro at all.
See, that's what I don't like is when it becomes so much mystery that they're supposed to have a business, but they're never there.
Yeah. Right. Because part of the fun is to learn about the different businesses and different stuff that they're doing. Right.
Yeah. So that's the book that I was reading when I was like, I would read a chapter of my romance and then I would listen to a little bit because I was trying to get through it, but I just wasn't into it.
This is also on Kindle Unlimited. Lots of Kindle Unlimiteds today.
And you did end up DNFing it.
I read the whole thing.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Yeah, I went through the whole thing, and I mean, and I gave it 3 stars. It was okay. It was just, I just kept feeling like it just didn't feel like the first one. And I know a lot of people that really like this series. So does it get better?
Well, I was going to say the book 1 we've talked about before, Murder in an Irish Village, is also on Kindle Unlimited. If you guys want to try it, I've had that before, where the series that I'm going to start again soon with the Nancy Coco, her candy coated series. I loved book 1. I thought it was one of the best first books in a series I've ever read. Book 2, I didn't like at all. So I am hesitant to read book 3, but I love book 1 so much that I'm going to read book 3 to say, because I think that does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Where the writing, the author's still trying to get the direction she wants everything to go. So just like you have the first book sometimes isn't that great, I feel like you have a second book slump sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I think that Sherry and you should definitely give book 3 a try, just to see if it's the same, that's how it's probably going to go throughout the series. But maybe she was trying something, it didn't work out, she decided to go back.
Yeah, because I did like the first one. I gave the first one 4 stars. Yeah. I liked it, and then it was just like, oh, it's just so different.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that happen quite a few times.
And Nancy's not here, but I could have sworn Nancy said that she really loved the second book. So I wish she was here.
And I think Elizabeth really likes this series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me know. Does it get better?
Yeah, just try it. And then, I think you could tell if you start book 3 and right away she's being aggressive, sleuthing, and then you'll be able to know.
She even mentions the fact that she could make a good Garda. She would be a good Garda, and it's like, well, then go to the police academy and become one, and leave the bistro to your brother or something. But
yeah, I have read series where they ended up becoming a private investigator halfway through. But yeah, I don't like that when you're either they'll leave their business with employees and they'll be there 1 hour a day, or they just I'm like, you're supposed to run a business. That's why I say I don't like it when it's heavy on the sleuthing.
Yeah, like Sherry says here, telling him how to do his job by searching the area, like he wouldn't have done that without her saying something. Yeah.
But the setting is in Ireland, so like I said, it might get better.
Which is why I wanted to love it so much, because I love Ireland.
And if it sounds like a series you want to read and you haven't started yet, don't let that discourage you guys, because everybody has a different opinion.
Yeah, well, Nancy, I wish Nancy was here because she really liked it, and I would like to know why she really liked it. So.
What doesn't work for one person will work for someone else.
Absolutely. Is this somebody's pick? Oh, I see it. Okay. Sophia said, yeah, your duck one. And then Susan G said, my wedding book was Death on the Shelf by Alison Brooke. I gave it 4 stars. I am caught up in this series.
We'll do this one and then we'll do your pick. Again, this one made it big.
Reminds me of Elf on the Shelf for some reason.
Again, this one made it big, and I wish I would do that with everything.
Yeah, that would be nice.
There's the wedding cake.
Oh, buddy.
And a cute little kitty. This is the next book I need to read in this series. And I almost picked this as my wedding theme.
There's a skull.
Oh, but I didn't.
Go down.
Oh, and that right there in the ice. Looks like an ice sculpture. Go back up a little.
Yeah.
Right there.
Isn't that a sculpture?
No. I don't think so. I think that's just flowers and then the chair.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a wedding cake.
Flowers in the front of it, and it really looked like
these are little bowls with flowers in each little place setting. Yeah, no skull.
Back there. Never mind.
She does have skulls in some of her books, I think, though. Yeah, this is the next one I needed to read. I almost chose it, but I didn't. Another thing, though, Tiffany, so a new book's coming out soon, and I read the synopsis, and it doesn't say anything about a second ghost. And I remember her saying it was either the next book or the next, but it's not in the synopsis, so I don't know, because you were saying it wasn't in number 6.
No.
And so I gave it 4 stars. We talked about this series before. I enjoy it. Again, I feel like there's something missing. It's not a favorite. I've read the first 4. So if you're in...
Oh, sorry. Huh? I was just going to say, and I feel like you and I have talked about this and we've said it on here. If you're going to name your series The Haunted Library, it should have more focus on being a haunted library. There is a ghost in the series. Evelyn?
Yes.
Evelyn? Yeah. But she might show up maybe 3 times in an entire book.
Yeah. And I really like her as a character. I wish she was there more.
And I just think if you're going to call it the haunted library, I feel like a better fit would be the library, just a library series, and then have a ghost featured. I just feel like there should be more. Yeah.
And I also don't think she spends that much time at the library. She's like an event planner thing at the library. She's not a librarian. Yes. And I like her as a character. I think she's fun. And I enjoy the mysteries for the most part. Just I don't know what it is. Something's off for it. But here's book 1. It's good to start for Halloween time if you haven't, because the first book.
And I read that one, and I couldn't tell you anything about it. I've only read the first one, and
I gave the first one 4 stars. Yeah, we've talked about it, but it's Carrie Singleton. It's in Connecticut. She's the head of programs and events, and there is a ghost of a former librarian.
And
that makes a few appearances.
It's fun. Yes, it's fun. And this is a series that because I don't think this happens. I think it's happening a little more, but anyways, where what I felt was like not a main character, but a pretty central character gets murdered, and I'm like, what? I don't know if anybody else was shocked or have read it. I think it was book 3.
Yep, because that's the one I gave 4 stars. I remember really enjoying it. And then book 4 I gave 2. So that was the last one I read. So I'm kind of losing patience with this series to us where okay, you need to start impressing me on book 5 and 6. Oh, it's book 6 that's coming out, Dewey Decimated.
And I was pretty sure
reading the synopsis. Yeah, I was reading the synopsis, and I don't know why it wouldn't say in the synopsis, but because when Tiffany interviewed her, she's like, there's going to be a second ghost. So we're like, ooh, and we think we know who the ghost is. And I asked Tiffany,
maybe they don't want to spoil anything by saying that there's
right. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping book 6, the second ghost will just pop up, because I feel like that will make it more fun and more interesting. Because Tiffany read book 5, and I'm like, did a second ghost appear? And she's like, no. So I'm hoping it's book 6.
And I really have a pretty good guess of who the ghost is going to be. And
if it's not, I'd be surprised. Yeah,
I would think that'd be fun. But I also think that will add a lot to the series. I just think it'd be fun. So, I read. I was trying to look up the author. It's called The Nun Holy Murder. Nun spelled like a sister. It's by Rosie Malidi. This is a KU series. It's the first in a series. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. I enjoyed it. The writing isn't the best as far as editing sometimes, and the way that things are worded. Sometimes the tenses are wrong, things like that. Not a whole lot, but enough where you notice. It just feels kind of juvenile, but I think it's more of the editing that's the issue. But the story was actually really fun. So the main character is a wedding planner, and she usually does destination weddings. She does live in Italy, and that's where this book takes place. But she did have to travel across Italy to this wedding, and it is being held at a convent. And at the same time as the wedding, there is a ceremony for new nuns coming into the habit. To the convent, and a murder occurs, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and there's a lot of cool facts about Italy that I didn't know. Remember, I was telling you guys about the cheese she was describing with the maggots in it?
Yeah.
And that's a real thing.
Yeah, it is a real thing.
It's a real thing, and you can only eat it when the maggots are alive, this kind of cheese. But now it's been made illegal. But it's really big on the black market because people love it.
Why was the wedding at a convent?
I can't remember the name of it, because they have a huge church and a real pretty grounds and stuff like that. And there's places for guests to stay, and it's a pretty standard, thing. But so I think if the writing gets better, I'll definitely stick with the series. And even if it doesn't, I'll probably do, because I really did enjoy it. It was a lot of fun.
So you think the concept was good, the information was good, just the writing needs polishing. And I have seen that happen with KU series, where the first book's okay, and then as it goes on, they get better writers. Because, most of the time these are independently published, so that this could have been the person's first book,
Yeah, and I really, like I said, I really enjoyed some of the stuff about Italy. And without giving away the way the murder happens was something described that I never had heard of. And it was really interesting to learn about it. So I don't want to say without giving it away, but it was something I had never heard of. And so that was really cool to learn. And then she goes and visits places in Italy, since she's on a destination from where she's from, and there's a lot of description of that. It was really neat. I enjoyed it.
There's only 2 books out so far. I don't know the year it came out, but the second one's called A Brush with Death. And it says the first line is going to an 80th birthday party was not how Daisy imagined spending a romantic week in Florence. So there you go. There's your first line. She goes to someone's 80th birthday party.
Excellent.
I'm going to answer Sherry's question because she asked me if I'm going to read book 3. And so I went and looked it up. And the very first line of the synopsis will make me read it. Because it's not going to be a spoiler. It's the very first line, but it says, she done it. She is now Garda O'Sullivan. So she become a police officer.
Oh.
Okay. So maybe it will be less annoying that she's doing
so
it.
I'm thinking, well, now she has a reason and she's not going to be in the bistro. It's not. So yeah.
That's a really big change. I mean, I know that's kind of what she was saying, but that's still a big change to make as the author to make in a series, you know?
Yeah, I have seen that before where they become, I think The Donut Shop by Jessica Beck. I think the main character becomes.
And she gives her the brother James is running Naomi's bistro, which is what I said. That's why I was like, leave it to your sibling and do your thing. So that makes me feel, I would probably give it a try.
And then he commented about 20 minutes ago. I don't know if you're still here, but Spedbot popped in. Hi, Sped.
Hey!
We said hi, Cozy, and everyone else, and that's really weird. He called me Cozy.
Oh, hi, Sped. It's good to see you.
Hope you're doing good.
Yeah.
I doubt you've read a book with a wedding in it recently.
You never know. Melanie said she read 4 funerals and maybe a wedding.
I love that title. Yeah, that's one of your favorite series.
Love it.
Can you find the rest of the books too?
No. On anything.
Oh.
Ebook, anything. She's not on Hoopla at all.
Oh. I'll look on Libby. Maybe you didn't search it right. Maybe it might be on Libby. I love the cover of that.
Now I might not. Yeah, it is. There's some other really cute covers too in this series. I feel like. So I have not read this series. Her main character, she is Lady Georgie. She is 34th in line to the throne. Now, technically, she's 35th in line to the throne if you've gotten further into the series. But anyways, she's been knocked down a peg. It starts out in the series and they are in Scotland and she lives with her brother who, is kind of the head of the household. Her family's all gone and her mom's still alive, but she's not around. Let's say that. And she kind of leaves Scotland to have some independence from her brother and her brother's awful wife. Her brother is his wife's name is Fig and his name is Binky, and they are like the people you love to hate. They're really absurd, both of them. And so she leaves to go to London to have some more independence, and that's kind of where it starts. And the queen often will call Georgie to have her do like things for her. And she's like, and when the what does she call her? The I can't think, the headmistress in charge or something. When she asks you to do something, you do it. But it's very funny. And I think that the narrator that does the first, 10 maybe, because she does pass away, is probably the best narration I've heard in a book. She can do accents like nobody's business. She's just very, very entertaining. Melanie, did you finish this? And what did you rate it? And did you listen to an audiobook or did you read it?
It looks like Libby, my Libby has all the books on ebook, just none on audio.
On Libby? Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to continue this series in ebook.
The problem is I do want to listen to an audio, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I might have to switch over. But the audio is so good. So Stephanie said, I adore the cheese shop. She's talking about the Avery Ames that we were talking about earlier. Leanna also read Engaged in Death, gave it 4 stars. That's the same one that we were talking about earlier. So there's some good ratings for that. I saw 5, 4.5, and 4. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a fun series.
Mel Max said, yes, the cheese shop is the one where everyone is knocking someone on the chin, punching someone's shoulder, bopping someone in the nose, and spanking every object within reach constantly. That's bizarre. I
I'm
don't.
gonna have to read it to see
The
if I
thing
see
is,
the same thing.
I'm wondering what I was thinking about when you said it last time, and we were all kind of laughing about it. I was like, I wonder if I would have actually noticed it. But now that you've said it,
Yeah, now I'm
I
gonna notice
it all
it.
the time. But I don't know. I mean, I might have noticed somebody bumping somebody on the nose, like boop. Like I think I would have noticed that because I'd be like, what? If it wasn't like, a 4-year-old child. But I wonder if some of the other ones I would have noticed, but now I will. That's funny. Oh, Sophia read Maid of Murder. Oh no, it was a DNF.
What was your issue with it? Because I know you were really liking it at the beginning. On Kindle Unlimited, this is by Amanda Flower. It's only a 2-book series, I believe. Yeah. And this is the India Hayes mystery. It says India Hayes, a college librarian and reluctant bridesmaid, is thrown into the role of amateur sleuth as she hunts down the person who murdered her childhood friend and framed her brother for the crime. Ooh. I'm going to give it a try.
Oh, I'm back. Okay, good.
Oh. I just read the synopsis.
I'm sorry. Can you just summarize it again?
Yeah. Well, it was very short. It says India Hayes, a college librarian and reluctant bridesmaid, is thrown into the role of amateur sleuth as she hunts down the person who murdered her childhood friend and framed her brother for the crime.
Oh.
Yeah. And it says she has hippie generation parents, a police detective who's showing a liking for her.
Of course.
And then, so my friends, 2 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars. So it seems like a lot of people, there's only a few that have read it. Seems like a lot of people, felt the same way. This was Amanda Flower. It was in 2010. I'm not sure, when that was in her writing career. But of course, she does Amish Candy Shop, which everyone loves. I've liked her writing and, what I've tried from her. So maybe this was just one of her first series. Because I don't even know if you had heard of this series.
I hadn't. I had not heard of this.
So maybe this was just one of her first, and so it had some issues. But what did you not like about it, Sophia? I'm still going to give it a try eventually.
Yeah, I probably will too because I love her writing.
Yeah,
I think she writes settings. I think she's very good at descriptive writing.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to hear why Sophia DNF'd it. And a lot of people seem like they kind of, like you said, rated it pretty low.
Well, yeah, there's only a few people, and everything was either a 2 or a 3.
Melanie said, I gave 4 Funerals 5 stars. I just love that series. Nice. That's awesome. Another 5 stars for the 4 funerals and maybe a wedding. That's funny. Oh, Poncho is too cute. I can't take it. Stephanie. He is adorable. Mel said, I thought the main character was awfully obnoxious and her sidekick assistant was just as bad, if not worse. But the storyline mystery was good in most of the books and series. That's for the Avery Ames. Cheryl said, I miss having a pet around. My last roommates each had a cat and adopted me, and I miss them. Oh, maybe you can get a cat for yourself. Breezy said, I'm reading The Penguin Who Knew Too Much by Donna Andrews for my wedding pick. I haven't made it to the marriage part yet, but the book is really cute so far. I should finish it this weekend. The Penguin Who Knew Too Much.
And we've talked about this series so many times.
Yes.
It's a very long series. And actually, in the first book, there is a skull right there.
And like 4 weddings.
Yeah, there's a skull right there in the peacock feather. And there's like 3 weddings in the first book. Oh, what just happened?
Yeah. So
she's a blacksmith as her profession.
Yes. Lots of character growth, but there's 30-some books, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's done very well. But yeah, I would say to anyone who's interested to definitely read it. You may like it or love it. It has good reviews on it.
Yeah, that was the only thing I don't want these scavenger hunts to be like, oh, now I don't want to read this. Don't ever take someone else's opinion of it. If you want to read it, read it.
Very true. Very true. I'm reading the Poppy McAllister books fast because I love them and can't put them down. I read the Cheese Shop books fast to get them over with.
So there's
Through
two different versions of that.
the wedding pick. Yeah. Are you going to be able to make the interview tomorrow, Mel? I hope so. She's a hoot. She's very, very, very funny. Susan G said, I also read Engaged in Death #1 and gave it 5 stars. I also read the second book in the series, total of 6 books, so 4 more to go. What did you give the second one, Susan? But she read Engaged in Death 2, which is the one that we talked about earlier, and that several people have said they read.
I was gonna say, can we do a sprint in 2 minutes and then we can catch up?
Yes, and at 35.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna start it, get it set up because I'm already on share.
I agree. I highly recommend the Coffee House series. I only read the first one so far last month. I plan to read them #2 this month. Nice. Just finished Diamond Rings Are Deadly Things by Rochelle J. Christensen for Wedding Theme and Book. Jessa, we will start with you when we come back so that we don't have to pull another book up. We'll start with Jessa, but I'm going to tell 35 just kind of go down. Actually, it doesn't matter if we start on any certain time because it's a timer. It's not like
it counts it for us and we don't have to use math.
Exactly.
So we'll start with Jessa when we get back. All right. So, Storm, which one do you want?
Why does that? Is that supposed to be?
I can't see the #1 very well. There you go.
An alien.
Oh, it's an alien. Okay. I was like,
I don't know who he's supposed to be. That's funny.
I don't know. I'll just take the old guy in the back.
That's funny. You go, Tiffany.
I am going to take the alien ducky, but I'm secretly rooting for Fraser Ducky.
That's definitely no. There's another one that looks like Fraser when he's Freud. I'll do #2 for Valentine's Day.
And I'm gonna go downstairs and get me something to eat. So
yeah, I gotta let the dogs out and stretch my legs.
All right. When everybody comes back, I'll go run and grab some more coffee and that sort of stuff. But I don't have to go right this second. So, all right, everyone. Happy reading.
Again, the one no one chose.
I was about to say, where
My husband called duck number 4 Duck Cheney because it looked like Dick Cheney. He showed me a picture. I'm like, yep, that's what it's supposed to be. Because they have a Trump one, so that's funny.
Yep. How was your all strengths?
I got to 75% into my audiobook.
Nice. I got to. How about you, Storm?
I listened to Witches Get Stitches while I was downstairs, and I'm at 37%.
Is that the
What did you
Dakota
have for lunch?
Cassidy one?
Yeah, the Witches in Seattle. It's number 9. I wasn't really quite enjoying it that much at the beginning. I actually started it last year and then just wasn't interested in it and quit. But I'm like, I got to get through it to get through the rest of the series. It's on my SAS list. So.
And I think the Paramore Bay by Kennedy Lane, it's a Kindle Unlimited series, and there's like 18, 20 books. But the first like 8 or so are on Hoopla audiobook, and they're pretty short. And I think you'd like it, Tiffany. It's not like, it's very light paranormal.
Oh, okay. I like light paranormal usually. Well, it also to me depends on like I like the paranormal that's like fun paranormal, not like I don't know, dark and scary stuff. But Storm, what did you have for lunch?
I wasn't real hungry, so I just had a couple pieces of toast with butter and jelly on it. And then I have one of my little homemade muffins that I made.
Oh, nice.
It's a chocolate chip muffin made with almond flour. So.
Made with almond flour. Wow. Have you had any trouble using almond flour instead of regular?
No, not too bad. I mean, it does. The texture is a little different, but other than that, I mean, it's not that bad.
Nice.
I was gonna say in a few hours we're picking up Mexican food for our Valentine's Day dinner. I'm excited.
Yum. I love Mexican food. Yum. I got to 70% in the Beatles book, so I should be able to finish it today between this sprint and then Mr. Francie's tonight. So I want to make sure I mention that so I don't forget. Mr. Francie is doing reading sprints tonight on his channel at 6 p.m. Eastern. His channel is Mr. Francie Reads. So we hope to see you guys there. I just didn't want to forget to say that.
I don't think I'll be able to make the beginning, but I'll be there later.
Gotcha. Cool. But Mexican food, that sounds so good. Just finished Diamond Rings Are Deadly Things by Rochelle J. Christensen. That was Jessa's wedding book. I have never heard of that or the author.
I almost chose this one for my...
Oh, hold on. A big dog is coming by. Sorry in advance, but we'll see. Be good boy. Hello, how are you? Be good boy. Be good boy.
I have it pulled up. So the author has my name. So that's the first thing I saw about it, but spelled differently.
There, that was a good boy.
Well, that's kind of a unique name. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah, my name's Rochelle, but it's R-O, but the same C-H-E-L-L-E. Yeah, because a lot of people spell it with A, but then I see O, but no one pronounced it.
I knew one person that I used to work with. Her name was Rochelle, and it was with an O.
Yeah. Even with R-O, I got called Rachel and Raquel, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that's why I became Ro, because I'm like, okay, it's easy.
It's easier just to...
And then Shell was always my nickname from my dad and stuff. But yeah, here's the cover. Another wedding planner series.
Oh, that's cute.
It's a 3-book series, and they're all on Hoopla audiobook.
So I'll say that cover looks familiar, so maybe I saw it when I was looking.
Yeah, they actually have a bind up of all 3 too. And I almost chose this. I just didn't want to start a new series, so that's why I did that. Adrielle Piper knows how to plan a wedding, and she's especially good at pleasing bridezillas. When her biggest client and best friend, is murdered just 3 days before the wedding. Oh my God. So her biggest client and best friend. So I don't know if it's the same person or 2.
I think so. Yeah. Well,
is murdered just 3 days before the wedding. Adri's world falls apart. She moves to the resort town of Sun Valley, Idaho, and starts from scratch. Thanks to Adri's impeccable taste and unique style, she lands 2 celebrity clients, and her business seems headed for success. That is until someone vandalizes the specialty wedding dresses she imported from overseas. The race is on to uncover a secret hidden within the yards of satin and lace before Adri becomes the next victim.
I have never heard of a cozy in Idaho before.
Yeah, I don't know if I have.
I don't know of any other cozies in Idaho. That's so interesting. Yeah. And just Jessa, a few more down, said she gave it 5 stars.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It says, with a delightful blend of mystery, toe-curling kisses, humor, and spine-tingling thrills, Diamond Rings Are Deadly Things is a romantic suspense novel that will keep you turning pages long into the night. Oh. But it also says cozy mystery, but then it does say romance. So
well, there you go for the 2 different genres.
There you go, 2 different genres. Yeah, and I am doing the cozy road trip. So if I need to Idaho, I know where to look.
Yeah, because I seriously, I don't know of any other Idaho. Yeah. Interesting. It sounds cute. I like the cover.
What is the like mixture of mystery and personal life? Because it sounds like it has a good mystery.
Yeah.
Jessa. Nice. Yeah. It's already added to my thing because I remember I had put it. I think it was one of our choices for the series read along because it was a trilogy. I don't remember. But yeah, nice. She has one other series or more books, but I think they're not cozies. That's an author you haven't really heard of.
Yeah, no, I'd never heard of her.
I say 3 4s. Blake wants to read it. Yeah, nice.
Interesting. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. I like when we share ones that I haven't heard of or and so that thank you. That was awesome. Mel said, I love Denise Swanson's A Call to Charms. I really liked it too. She said it's really different. It is different, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I as well. There hasn't been a book too. That's the one I was wondering if there would be. I hope there is.
I think when you asked her, she said she wasn't sure, I think. She said she hopes there is, but she wasn't sure.
And then Mel said that in her newsletter last year, she said that Swanson said she's looking into writing a book too.
Oh, okay, so, nice. Yeah, her writing, I definitely think her writing is something you'll either enjoy or you won't, because from what I've read from her, she has a very different writing style. And I've come to love that, like unique writing styles. When I used to read cozies, I was all about, cozy feels. And now I'm more about, the writing. Yeah. And then, Rhea said 50% cozy, 50% romance. I'm in. Yeah, that's the Devereaux Dime Store. I'm on book 4 and I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, the big emphasis on the romance. And there is a love triangle, but I'm on book 4 and it's ended.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's romantic tension and romantic talk, but there's no graphic. So it's like if they're in a car making out and he touches her thigh, like stuff like that, but nothing. It's all closed. Like there's no, sex scenes or anything. But It's definitely like the most romance I've ever seen in a cozy series, and it's nice. I'm enjoying it. And I like the writing. And in Devereaux Dime Store, she has a grandma that's really fun.
I think I've read the first one.
You did. Yeah. I think you said you did, but you should, it's only on ebook, but if you want to give it a try, it's on Libby. And she has a dime store, which I guess is that a term they use for it's like a catch everything store?
I think like a mercantile type of store.
Yeah. Cause she sells candy. Like she's a candy and like little soda shop station. So like kids after school will come. And then she also hosts events. Like she hosted like a garden club and a book club. And she'll for his Mother's Day and one, so she did a Mother's Day display. And she has it's like a general store basically.
And it reminds me of like an old time drugstore.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah, they call it a dime store.
Yeah, which I think is a really fun premise.
It is. It's fun, and I like I said, it's unique. The writing.
Mel said she asked if people would be interested in more books, and I think if there's enough interest, she's considered self-publishing more. From the Call to Charms series.
Maybe it never got picked up. Maybe it never got picked up. Yeah.
Elizabeth said at Cheryl, there is a canceled wedding fairly early in Pillars of the Earth. Okay.
There you go. Canceled weddings still count because I said last night, I'm like, because in my book, of course, someone's killed before the wedding even happens. And I said that last night. And I was like, someone's like, does it count if their wedding technically never happens? I'm like, yeah, even if there's a talk of a wedding, because let's be honest, most of the times someone's killed before the wedding happens, in mine. And I think Lee or Storm said wait, or Hannah said, your real wedding or in the book? I'm like, no, in the book.
Yeah, it happens a lot. And I think that I can think of one series that a
Where the
lot of us
wedding
have
actually
read
happened.
where the weddings don't happen for like, and they might happen later, but they don't happen in the original book that
Well,
originally they were supposed to happen
it's either there's a wedding gonna happen and someone gets killed, or it happens later on in the series where one of the characters gets married.
Yeah.
Like that's always what the wedding thing, or a wedding planner type of thing.
Anita said this is a series I've read. I think she was talking
That was
about
the fatal, yeah.
and then Stephanie said, I liked A Fatal Family Feast. Unfortunately, it's the last. Yeah. And then Anita said she's read the entire series. Bedbuds.
Yeah, and then I texted him and he said I ignored him. I said, no, I can't. I didn't see comments. I was reading the Scavenger Hunts.
Cheryl said, oh, yay. Well, not that the canceled wedding is good, but Anita said that she was sorry that it was the last farm dough table. Nadine, yay! She spoke, yay. I'm so glad that you're feeling more comfortable talking with us. She said, I've read through the Hannah Swinson wedding fiasco. Do I get a medal or bonus points? You get a pat on the back and a wow, because I have too. And my backstory in reading, I read mostly mysteries and just dabbled in cozies, going more into cozies now. Yay!
We'll get you into more cozies if you
Storm's laughing inside of her head, going, "Oh boy, here we go."
Yes, anybody that's read more than 15 books of Hannah Swinson deserves those.
Well, that comment made me chuckle when she said,
"Do
I get medal or bonus points?"
Don't give any spoilers because there's people still reading that. But yeah, this is in our club. This series, Hannah Swinson series, is called The Series That Shall Not Be Named. Because anytime me and Tiffany get on talking about it, like we can't stop because we've both read the entire series, but we're very frustrated with it because we started out loving it and then it was a roller coaster. And I refer to it as a Groundhog's Day series because after a certain point, stuff never changes.
Pretty much. Yes, and sometimes we've been off on rants, and we have a long time, but that's how it
got a long time. Yeah.
So I think you deserve a medal or bonus points personally. I mean, I don't think we have anything to give you, but I mean, give yourself a cookie for Valentine's Day because you deserve it, my friend. I mean, yes.
And so, if you're enjoying Poppy Harmon, definitely try the Haley Powell series by Lee Hollis.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's one of my favorites.
And I'm so glad you're getting into more cozies. If you have some interest, if you join our Discord and you have like themes you like, there's a whole thing there for recommendations. Mm-hmm. You can always ask us. I mean, like Storm loves giving recommendations. We just can't stop giving recommendations when people ask. So if you need recommendation,
and some popular authors are Jen McKinley, Ellie Alexander, Amanda Flower. I think those are the top three I could think of.
Yeah, Laura.
Bradford, I think is pretty popular.
Laura Bradford. I mean, they're all, and then big,
known.
And you've already read Joanne Fluke. I would obviously say Joanne Fluke, but Ellery Adams.
Yeah,
she's very different writing though.
True.
Yeah, so it might be good for a beginner, but she has a very different writing style. I was just thinking like the top three names that I could think of to like get started.
Yeah, probably Jen McKinley. Yeah.
Ellie Alexander. That's why I said Jen McKinley, Ellie Alexander, and Amanda Flower are three really popular ones right now.
Yes. Cleo Coyle is another kind of. Anyways, Cheryl said, I'm looking forward to reading a lot of cozies in middle grade during March.
Yeah.
For the 2 readathons taking place. Awesome. And then there'll also be, I know we mentioned it earlier, but there'll also be a middle grade May going this year. Cheryl said at Nadine, LOL, you really should get a medal for that. See?
And then something happened to Jessa where she said the same comment again 2 more times.
Oh, okay. Telling him how to do his job by searching the area. That's what Storm wrote that comment earlier. Okay. That's when she was asking you about book 3. I found it implausible that Claire was helping the police investigate. Seemed.
Oh, is that the
coffee house?
The espresso.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. Claire Cozy.
Yeah,
And then
well,
the next
that's like
comment.
that's like book 8, and at that point, she has an in with the police force. But I don't know. Like I said, that's something that's something you just have to like not pay that much attention to, because like you say, it's never going to be where the police would let you. But for some series, they just do it.
I was about to say, there's a lot of series though that do kind of like have gotten to the point where, they want help from the
right. Like they'll ask them for help. Like the Country Store series, like the sheriff comes in all the time and asks her opinion on the case and stuff. But I enjoy that more than stay out of it, stop meddling. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy them helping the police more than the police telling them to stay out of it every single book. But then there's a line, like you're saying, where you're overstepping the boundaries. You've got to find that good mix.
I would rather the police ask them for help than them to push themselves in there thinking they're better than the police.
Agree.
Right. That's why I say you got to find that sweet spot, because it's either too much or,
I agree. What do you want, Sassy? Had a bride on the cover and there was a wedding. Yeah.
I think I know whose wedding that. I remember that. Yeah, I remember whose wedding that was.
I love cheese, but I draw the line at maggots. I know. That's what it's exactly the thoughts that ran through my mind. Cheese is like one of my all-time favorite foods, but I'm like, nope. And
no, not even for $1 million. Like I don't
like the maggots have to be alive to be able to eat the cheese.
That's kind of like the fancy coffee that they get out of the monkey's poo.
Oh yeah. They harvest the beans. Poncho's finally sleeping in his bed. Thank goodness. Okay.
Aww.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, and then there's certain things that are delicacies that we just don't understand, but people might love, like durian fruit, where they say it smells like rotten flesh, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
See, and now Sherry's like me. She said she will try book 3 now because I told what.
So now she's actually turning into a detective. But let's hope that she's like, let's hope that the sleuthing dies. Let's hope the sleuthing dies down. You don't want the book to be 90% mystery and her never be at the restaurant. That's not fun.
Oh, Susan G said in the Haunted Library series by Alison Brooke, the second ghost does show up in book 6. According to the synopsis, he causes quite a problem for Carrie Evelyn and the library patrons.
I swear I read the synopsis and I didn't see anything about that.
Okay, I'm glad the second ghost showed up, because I think that will add some hauntedness to the Haunted Library series. So I'm excited about that.
We are expecting a she,
but I did not expect for it to come as a he. I thought I was for sure going to know who the ghost was.
I'm reading the synopsis, so hold on.
Okay. I'm just, this is for Storm. It looks like Storm. I've been trying so hard not to spoil that. LOL. I love that.
She gets on to me. But see, I probably wouldn't have continued if I didn't know that aspect in number 3. So.
Yes, Nadine, that is one of my favorite series of all time. The very first video that I did on YouTube was my favorite Cozy Mysteries series. And I don't even want to ever reveal how many books I started or how many series I started with on that list to make the favorites, but I narrowed it down to, I don't know, something like 15, and that is one of them. I absolutely love it.
See, that's one. I think I'm going to have to try the audio, because I tried reading it and I didn't finish it. So I need to try the audio. And that was several years ago, so I may like it now compared to that.
Yes, and Storm, I'm not kidding. The audio, the person that does the audio is so talented. You know where I found the audio was on YouTube. They have the whole audio books for books 1 through 4 or 5 or whatever on YouTube for free.
Can you speed it up though?
Yeah.
Yes.
And apparently I didn't read the synopsis of book 6, or I think I read the Amazon version, because those are different sometimes. Don't read the synopsis. It tells you exactly who the new ghost is.
I don't want to know who it is, but I know
why did they do that? I hate
Will we know them, Cozy?
I don't think so. I don't remember, but they say exactly who it is. It's somebody related to somebody in the story, but it's not who you think it would be. But why did they tell me who the ghost is?
I don't know, but I thought I was for sure going to know who it was.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Mel, I don't know how anyone couldn't notice it. It's bizarre to begin with, and it's constant. Gotcha.
Well, there
I
was
did-
something that really annoyed me with the Leslie Budowitz, her mercantile shop. What's that series called?
The Food Lovers Village.
Yeah, there was something that really annoyed me in that series, and I don't remember exactly what it is, but like Tiffany didn't notice it. So it was something the way the character interacted with, yeah.
And I like I said, I read the first cheese shop and I never continued because there was something about it that I didn't like, but I don't remember. But it's been a few years. And I thought for sure I was gonna love it because again, my love for cheese runs deep. I'm reading Cozy where the author describes gestures constantly as well. It's very distracting. Oh no, it's long overdue at the Lakeside Library. I'm dying to try that series.
Yeah, me too. I have both books checked out right now at the library.
Is that the one that there's like a mixed bag of reviews on it? Like
Yeah, Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SAS and Discord said a long time ago that they constantly talk about their hands. But I love really descriptive writing, so it might not bother me.
Mel said, yes, unless there's some unforeseen disaster, I will be at tomorrow's Libby Klein chat. Well, I hope that there's no disaster, but it's always on there if you have to watch it later.
She shouldn't give spoilers, right?
Oh, I wouldn't think so.
Okay, because I still haven't read her yet. I'm saving that. I have to be in like a fun, quirky mood to start that series because I want to give it its best shot. So I just haven't picked it up yet.
I was gonna say, I don't think she gave like any spoilers away the last time she was on.
No, she didn't the first time, but now that she's talking about book 7 or whatever coming back, I just don't want her to.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be so much just about that book. I just kind of like when I emailed her, I just said, would you have the new book coming out? A lot of people loved your first time. Would you want to come back and just talk about, where your writing's moving towards, and just if there's
maybe we'll find some new writing plans that she has. Maybe
which is kind of, and I think I said that I was like, where your writing's moving towards, like if you have anything coming out.
Well, I loved her first interview.
Yeah.
I don't know what time it's at, but if I end up sleeping in, I'll just watch it after, and then you guys can tell me if she did spoil anything. If I need to keep an eye out.
But I
don't think she would. Yeah.
No, I really don't. Think
because she was saying that the last one ended with a cliff. No, I think 5 ended with the cliffhanger, and then 6 was coming out last time you talked to her. Now 7's coming out.
Yes, 5 ended on a bang. I think the old guy says, "Dad, I pick him." I think she's talking about a duck, maybe.
Yeah, the duck. Yeah.
Okay. If you picked the original Ducky, great job. I gave second book Murder Wears White 4 stars. So she read the first and the second in the Stephanie Blackmore. She said she gave the second one 4 stars. Hey, Cornflower. I don't know if I'd seen you. If I haven't, hello. I didn't read. I had a cleaning sprint instead. Well, that's very productive.
I think that's the last of the wedding theme for now.
Another 30 pages. Nice, Sherry. Listen to another chapter of A Curious Beginning and watch the winning Olympic team ice dance, which was amazing. Oh, that's cool. Hold on. Okay, buddy, be good. They're not coming here. You're okay.
Jane's up to chapter 15 of Castle. Everybody's just calling it Castle Dark now. Death in Castle Dark. 5 chapters to go. Oh, nice.
Excellent. That's awesome. Jillian got 11% more read in Body and Food. I really want to read that. Body and Soul.
And you're liking it?
She said she was originally when we asked her earlier. I got Veils and Vengeance, which is book 2 of Wedding Planner Mystery on Audible yesterday. Nice. Cornflower said, ooh, Sun Valley, Idaho is gorgeous near where I live.
Oh, so it's a real place.
I realized you were in Idaho. Cool. I think
and it's a real place, so that's cool.
Jessica from Lady Lovestead is Idaho, right? Idaho? Or is she Iowa? I think it's Idaho.
I think it's
Jessica.
Iowa. I don't know.
I think it's Idaho. It's Idaho or Iowa, I'm pretty sure. I now know I wouldn't like the Dime series since it's so heavy on romance. Not something I enjoy, Sherry.
Right. But then again, I don't know if I'm describing it right. I always say give something a try. Don't listen to me ever.
That's the series I was thinking of when I said weddings are supposed to happen and don't. And then she said, this is the criteria of half the Cupcake Bakery would count for the theme. That's what I was thinking of when I was said, sometimes we know weddings are supposed to, anyways. That's funny, Raya. There's an old 5 and dime store, same as dime store in my town called Fiddler's. It's second floor and takes up most of the block.
It's
I think those
it's
stores,
2 floors and takes up most of the block. Wow.
I think those are so much fun. I remember the drugstore in my town, and it was, had everything. So a group of toys, and then it had a soda fountain, and you could get like a float, and then it had like cosmetics, like dimes, like cheap cosmetics, like Bonnie Bell. Do you remember Bonnie Bell makeup?
And lip snackers.
Yeah.
Do they?
But it was so much fun. I remember
So-
using my allowance in there a lot.
Sophia, are you here? Is it? I think I've heard they call like a pharmacy like a apothecary. Like I'm going to the apothecary. Yeah. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Melmac said they sell all kinds of things like kitchen gadgets, cookware, sewing, knickknacks, old-fashioned candy, novelty items, candles, clothes, soaps, pet items.
So it's like a Dollar General nowadays.
Yeah, but it was way more fun then.
Yeah, it's like a dollar store and Dollar General. Yeah.
With, like I said, like a big soda fountain that we used to have like floats at and stuff. It was so cool. I'm still reading the Hannah Swinton series. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I hope she didn't spoil anything. Don't worry, nothing gets resolved. Yeah. And there's one of the books is called Wedding Something Murder. So
yeah, and I'm preparing myself to read the new one that came out this month.
Which I think they're calling, and Elizabeth mentioned this, I think it's book 28, but they're calling it 29 because they counted book 28 as like a holiday bind up, which was ones we've already had in the series on Goodreads. But I'm pretty sure it's book 28 and not 29 because what they're calling book 28 was a bind up of holiday books that have already been out.
Okay, wait. So the book coming out,
I think it's 28. Let me check.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's 28.
Yeah,
it's
because
like calling on that Food Lovers Village calling.
Yes, like calling book number 6.
But it's a bunch of novellas or whatever.
Yes, and it's annoying. And Elizabeth says it's annoying, and it is because it's not book number 29. It's book number 28. And I hate when authors do that. I guess it's good. Like they'll put 3 books or 2 books and they'll bundle it up and like re-release it. But it's like we've already read those.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nadine said my first job was at a dime store. LOL. Yes, I'm pretty much old as dirt.
Fun.
P.S. I'm class of 79 Saluki. I wore that sweatshirt. So I actually went to SIUE, and a really good friend of mine went to SIUC Saluki, and that sweatshirt, that hoodie that I wear, you know how I don't know if any of you guys, but like I have a lot of clothes still from college that I'm not sure.
Is it the one that's like the seams are kind of different? You're wearing one recently where the seams looked like it was on the outside and the neck was kind of like cut.
Oh no, that's a blues. That's a blues jersey. It's a maroon. The Salukis one is maroon. But yeah, that is so cool. Are you from Illinois, Nadine? Where are you originally from Illinois, and where do you live? I'm originally from like very central Illinois in an Amish community called Arcola.
I feel like y'all talking a different language. PSCAAC. So
yeah, I was like, Denise Swanson. I think all her stuff takes place in Illinois.
Yeah,
and you said she ended up living like really close to you, right? Like you found
out.
No,
that's so okay. So Denise Swanson does live in Illinois, but she lives up towards Chicago, which is way far away from me. Lynn Cahoon lived in the same town as me, like exact same town. For like, I lived there for 17 years, which was Alton, Illinois.
I'm surprised she didn't write any Amish series then. Since she lived right there.
Well, not where I grew up, where I lived after I went to college.
Okay. Yeah, so they're
way southern Illinois.
Goodreads is calling Hannah Swinton number 28 Christmas Dessert Murder, but it's a bind up of Christmas Caramel Murder and Christmas Cake Murder, which were already in the series. So yes, Caramel Pecan Roll, is that the next one? That is book number 28, but it's listing as 29.
I gotta prepare myself. Get myself in a
I'm not even reading it until you read it because I can't. Oh my gosh.
Which one's that?
The newest Hannah Swinton.
Oh.
I just don't think I can handle it.
Elizabeth said, Storm, I don't think Tiffany remembered what series we were referring to. Shh, don't tell her. But I don't. You're right. Elizabeth said, same here, Tiffany. I didn't love the cheese shop either. And you know what we didn't like might be somebody's favorite. So I think we've all said this, and I think everybody kind of feels this way, but always read it if it's something you want to read.
Yes.
Check it for yourself.
That makes me sad. I wanted to try that, but I didn't like In Peppermint Peril.
Don't, what we just said, don't take her word for it.
Yeah, but she says if you didn't like Peppermint Peril, you probably won't like this one. So it's got the same kind of.
But you never know.
Right.
You always say you like heavy on mystery, yet there's some that you don't like when it's heavy on mystery.
My opinion on the Lakeside Library series, those who read it in Peppermint Peril and didn't like it won't like the Lakeside Library. At least I didn't like both for mostly the same reason. Oh, okay.
I'm just hoping Lakeside Library is cozy and not a ton of mystery.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really that it was a ton of mystery. It was the fact that you got thrown into like this stuff and you didn't even get to know like what she did. Like, cause she ran that place, but it's like, okay, like all of a sudden you're like tossed in. I don't like that.
Yeah, I didn't end up reading it.
Jessica is Iowa.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I knew it was.
That's what I thought.
But it also depends on why someone didn't like Peppermint Peril. I actually gave that a slight edge in likability over Lakeside Library.
Yeah, and I've seen some people love Lakeside Library and some don't like it. So it's just like everything.
Okay. That's why I said that one had a lot of mixed kind of.
I've seen people like 5 stars. I've given 1 or 2 stars. I've given books 5 stars and people haven't liked it. So you never know.
It's a library one. I'll give it a try. I mean, because I like library. So.
I've been trying to read more library themed cozies because surprisingly, I haven't read that many.
Surprisingly, as much as I like the book cozies, I don't think I've read as many as you would think.
Cornflower said everyone thinks Idaho is Iowa, or vice versa. They're both I, and they both start with I and end with A, and they're short words.
It's like there's some states that I've like never heard anybody come from. Like,
and they kind of seem very interchangeable. I get it there, but I think it's the same way. So like you said, everyone thinks Idaho is Iowa. I think vice versa. Like Iowa, a lot of people say Idaho. I mean, I think it's
Like I've never heard somebody say they're from South Dakota. Have you ever heard somebody say South Dakota? Like I feel like there's some states like you never hear about, and then there's other states that you hear about a lot.
Yeah, there's a romance booktuber who is from either South or North Dakota. I can't remember, but yeah, she's like the only person I've ever that's up in that area.
Yeah, there's certain states like you just never hear about, and then there's other states you hear all the time. It's funny because it makes you forget. They're like, wow, there's a lot of states you just don't hear about them.
Yeah,
baby, what's wrong?
I was excited. I think it's Bev that's in Connecticut. I was excited because I'm like, oh, I like that area, and I've never met someone from Connecticut.
Yeah. Cornflower said, yes, Sun Valley is a real place. Lots of celebrities have vacation places there. It is hugely visited for the skiing. Oh, nice.
Okay, so it's a ski town. Oh, and she said she got 2 celebrity clients, so that makes sense. Oh, that's awesome.
Her best friend named Briette. Okay.
Is murder. Okay, so was the best friend.
She moved to Idaho. Okay.
Oh, so it was the best friend murder.
Which is a little different because usually it's the husband dies and they move back to somewhere, or that one it's a best friend.
True. Yeah. Melmax said they sell a lot of nice quality items: Crabtree and Evelyn soaps, lotions, Yankee candles, etc.
No, what do you hear?
Yes, Rose, who is Goodreads librarian, just needs to fix it.
You want me to take out who dies?
What?
Is that what she's saying?
Oh, no, about the Hannah Swenson being book. It's book 28, but they're calling it book 29 on Goodreads.
I could fix it.
Can you? What do you mean? You're a Goodreads librarian?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
The heck? Yeah, Carmel Pecan Roll Murders, book 28.
While she's doing that, I never knew that.
You can change things. What can you change? What the heck?
Right, Storm.
There's a lot of the retro romances that I've been reading.
The key to the castle, but have never told us that you had the key.
The heck?
Anybody else feel that way? Like,
Yeah,
how
I never-
long have we been talking to you? The whole time you had like the key to the enchanted world.
What can
A
you
lot
change?
of
So you
the-
could like change synopsises and stuff?
Yeah, a lot of the retro romances that I've been reading didn't even have pictures. I took a picture and I put it on there, and then I turned it over and wrote the synopsis out on the thing.
So if I find a cozy that doesn't have a cover or doesn't have the version of the cover I'm reading, you could add it?
Yeah. If
Oh,
I can
that's
find
cool.
the cover, yeah.
Because I've had that before where they
Oh.
don't have a cover.
Okay, so
Wow.
Christmas Dessert Murder is not number 28?
No, it's a bind up of 2 stories already in the series.
Oh.
It's Hannah Swenson 28 is
Okay, we're not asking the important questions. Storm, what else can you do?
What else can you do? We can't make books come out faster, Tiffany.
Oh, well then never mind. Moving on. Moving on.
Let me double check on Amazon. But yes, it's because it went Triple Chocolate Cheesecake Murder 27, and then the next one should be 28. And the bind up is just 2 books that have already been in the series. The Christmas thing they did.
Cornflower said, I'm definitely going to read the Cozy series set in Idaho. Nice. I am too. That sounded really fun, and I like the cover.
How did you get this
Jane
job?
Yeah, how do you get the gig, by the way? Jane said, no, it's fine. I read the Hannah series out of order. I have the wedding book in ebook that I haven't read yet. Oh, you're good, buddy.
Yes, according to Goodreads, number 28 is Caramel Pecan Roll Murder. And
Gotcha.
I know it is because I've read the series.
Oh, Nadine's originally from Chicago. Yay. Oh, she lives in Phoenix now. Okay, cool. And she went to SIUC. Gotcha. I figured, like when you said Salukis, yeah. I had very good friends. Well, I had a lot of friends that went there, but yeah. And that sweatshirt got left behind by the because we were roommates for a while. Erica said, hello, going to read the Love Hypothesis these sprints. Haven't read a romance in a while. Do y'all have any good romance recommendations, especially on Hoopla? It's been a long time since I read romances, but the ones that on Hoopla that I would recommend, depends on how spicy you like, but there's a couple good series there's one by Vivian Arend that's a Western series, well, like cowboy type of series, not Western, but cowboy, that I really like by Vivian Arend. It's on there. And I also really enjoyed the Lion and the Mouse series. It's on Hoopla. Those are very, very spicy. And then I'll look during the next sprint at my Goodreads because I haven't read a romance since September. And then I don't think that I should have read Debbie Maycomber for Storm's thing because retro romance, I think in general, is pretty cheesy. I think it's come a long way.
I think it depends on which ones you get to.
For sure. No, I think you're right. But I think part of it, Storm, is her writing has definitely improved
Changed,
over the
yeah.
years. And so I think that's some of it. But I'm like, oh my God, because it's so like puke-worthy, cringy.
Yeah.
Like,
Because like the one that I'm reading, The Primrose Path, is from 97, and it's like so funny.
yeah.
It's a historical romance, and it's really, really funny. And I'm like really enjoying it. But yeah, then there's some of the ones that are like older than that is like, and they're okay, but you know. So it's
Yeah. I will definitely, though, Erica, look at my Goodreads because there are tons of them. I will say that. Jane said I have to take off. Bye, Jane. Thanks for coming. Have a good night, day, morning, wherever you are. Big states with smaller populations. There are many people in New Jersey than the whole state of New Mexico. There are more people in the state of New Jersey than the whole state of Mexico.
Right. Yeah. There's some states that don't have as many people.
Yeah.
So apparently to be a Goodreads librarian, if you have added 50 books and would like to become a librarian, you are welcome to apply here. Apparently there's a quiz. Have you taken the quiz, Storm?
I've been a Goodreads librarian
You don't remember?
so I don't remember, yeah.
It says a Goodreads members with librarian status can edit book and author data, add book covers, and combine different editions of books. Each book and author has one unique entry in the Goodreads database. Librarians help correct book issues, like if the data isn't correct or is missing things like book description or URL. And it says not everyone will be accepted. So yeah, it's just fixing errors on there. It's not like you could.
Yeah.
So you can't change synopses and stuff, which I would be good because I think some people would like mess around with it.
You can, but you can like change things. But I mean, it says, please make sure that this is like if you wanted, I could probably take out the name of the character that dies or something, because it's not really a main part. It's just if you think it's spoilery or something, you can like take it out.
And apparently there's things called super librarians that can do things that other ones can't.
So I put the Christmas dessert murders as an omnibus because that's what it says on it.
Oh my gosh, now I'm going to look at the series.
And then I added the caramel pecan roll murders as number 28.
We're gonna now that we know Storm's secret.
Right? Right? We're going to constantly be, yes.
It's still coming up. It might take a while. I think they probably have to prove it, right? Because it's still coming up that way for me.
It shows it that it's okay on my side, but yeah, it might. Yeah. Sometimes it says it takes 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's funny.
Do you guys want to do another sprint? Okay. I try not to let ratings influence me. Some books I've loved, I've seen before. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, Storm. This is a big, dark secret. Which one are you talking about that y'all said I'd forget? Storm?
Oh.
Storm has the power. I know, Susan G. Be sure to change the bind up to the numbers that it actually is.
Yeah, she said you called it an omnibus or something because, it's a bind up of books. It's the bind up of two different books. I called it
an omnibus because that's what the synopsis called it. So
yeah, it's a bind up of 2 books that have already come out in the series.
But yeah, I couldn't put the numbers on it. I didn't know.
Oh, Elizabeth says it's a bind up of books 20 and 23.
20 and 23. Okay.
Yeah.
She also just said you have to study and take a big test.
It says you have like 30 minutes to complete the test and all this stuff. I'm like, what's on the test? Now I want to apply and see what I can do.
Yeah, and see, I've been on
Goodreads you don't remember
2009 or 10. So I've been a Goodreads librarian for like a really, really long time.
I've been around since 2010. I just didn't know about a Goodreads librarian until now.
Wow. Hey, excuse me. Hey, Hannah. It's good to see you. People saying hi. Christmas dessert murder is a bind up of 20 and 23. It's her secret identity. Superstorm. I know. No, I meant I realized it after I read the next one. I thought you were still talking about the other one. I was like, not a dark secret, but a very well kept one. I know, very well kept. She was mum about it. Very mum about it. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like never come up to where I guess we've talked about it.
Well, that's why I was like, I don't think it's like, But yeah, like a lot of these books that the retro ones, like they don't have like the cover or they don't have the synopsis, and it drives me crazy. So I just like flip it over and I'm like, and put it.
Yeah, I've had it before where there's no cover, or it's like an edition that I don't,
Yeah, because I'll like scour Google. I'll like Google and like try to find like the right cover that I have, and then like download it and then put it on there a lot of times.
Yeah, and I've noticed there's some Kindle Unlimited series that like aren't even on Goodreads.
Yeah, and see, and if I had like the cover and I knew what they were,
you could add it.
Okay.
Yeah. I won't abuse your privilege, but I might use them
now. When we start this, I'm going to move inside because I got to get my laptop on the charger.
And you guys want to do 20 or 25? This will be our last sprint. And I just found there's a heart race, so we'll use that next week too.
Awesome. I'm good with whatever.
Yeah, I don't care.
Let's do the longer one. And like I said, I'm going to move inside because I know you're not going to be happy, bud, but I got to charge the laptop. So. And then I will be back. Oh, cute!
It's just hearts. You didn't pick first, Tiffany, I think.
I want number 1.
I'll do green number 3. It's won both times, so now it won't win, but green's my favorite color.
I'll just go with the original red.
All right, everyone, choose your heart. Choose wisely. You may only choose one. No, I'm kidding.
Choose with your heart.
All right. Happy reading, and we will be back. One of our hearts finally won. Nice job, Storm.
I
This is the
know.
first time today somebody's picked a winning thing from.
I know, because normally we're lucky, but not today.
Yay. And I don't hardly ever win either. So yeah.
They were like, shoo, shoo, shoo. I was making fun of how they ran.
They were putting their all into it. They were getting their heart healthy workout.
There we go.
So I had to take Kairu out during the sprint after I came back inside, and because he won't go to the bathroom where he can sit and lay or anywhere close to it. He will wait and still demand to be taken out, like where he can go and
he doesn't want to go to the bathroom where he relaxes.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, he's very, So I took him out and then realized I needed to water a plant. It was like, and it's one of those things like I can't not think about it then. And I don't want my house to look back, so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it real quick. I spilt water all down the front of me. So if you see that I changed my outfit, it's not like a part 2 outfit. I'm not going for like, concert, but I spilt water all down the front of me. And I was like, oh my God. But the plant is watered.
There you go.
All good. So.
I listened to a little bit of audiobook, but most of the time I took the dogs out, talked to my husband, ordered lunch. So,
is that the Mexican?
Yeah, I went all out. I'm ordering a 3-item combo because this is the last time I'm gonna eat out like for a long time because I'm back on my diet now that the weather's good. So I got a shredded beef enchilada, a chicken burrito, and a ground beef taco and rice and beans.
Nice.
And this is like our lunch and dinner. So I can't eat that all at once. So I'm gonna have half now, half later.
There you go. Do you know what kind of diet you're gonna do?
Just what I always do, just smaller portions, calorie counting.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. I have to take off now. Oh, I think I'm past that. Sorry. Storm, how was your sprint?
Made it to 50% on witches and stitches.
Yeah.
Nice.
And what was the audiobook you started recently, Tiffany? I think you put in Goodreads. Because you just finished the Blue Ledge Library. Have you started anything else?
Yes, I am a murderous macaron.
Oh yeah, the second beachfront bakery.
Book in the beachfront bakery. Yep, I'm actually on 38% because
I
had to do housework this morning before the live, and I listened while I was doing chores.
Yeah.
So
yeah, now that if I don't listen while I do chores, it's weird.
Yeah.
And are you still enjoying it as much as book 1?
Yes. Okay. It's such a fun series because I'll know I love the boardwalk. And this is on a beachfront boardwalk, and she's in between two brothers that both own pizza shops, and she's in between them, and they're constantly competing. And so, like, one just put up a statue of a sausage, and so the other one put up a statue of a bigger sausage, and she's like in the middle, like, "Are you kidding?" Like, that's
exactly like the Port Danby series by London Lovett show. Pink owns a flower shop. I think she goes by Pink. I don't remember. She owns a flower shop, and there's a brother and sister that are right next to each other. That one has a coffee shop and one has a bakery, and they both have like outdoor seating areas, and they're always trying to like compete with each other with specials or outdoor seating areas. Like one will buy new cushions, one put like little mini fan. It was a heat wave, so they put little mini fans on the table. Well, the other one gets a big industrial fan and ends up blowing everything away when they turn it down because they're competing at the same time. It's funny. Yeah. I like that.
It's hilarious.
So I'm looking forward to that.
It's so funny, and yes, I'm really, really liking it.
Oh, good.
If you picked the original, which was I think number 4, right? The original Red Heart, of course. You won. Congratulations, Storm, and everybody else. Hannah said, "Listen to your heart."
Yeah.
Elizabeth said, "I picked green. When I was in 4-H, I was such an active participant that one of our district leaders said I had a green heart. 4-H colors are green, in case you don't know." Oh, awesome. That's great. PRB, hello. It's good to see you. Welcome. Tell us what you're reading, what kind of books you like to read. We're glad you're here. Hi, It's good to see you. Regina is reading because I asked her what
Yeah, I was
she
reading your guys' conversation.
said. She's still reading +1. And I said, I really liked it. She said, I am enjoying it. I do love Emma. That Emma is a reluctant sleuth, while Dottie and Stephanie are gung ho and feel they are qualified to investigate based on reading and TV. I like that too. She did say,
I didn't like the reluctant sleuth part. It drove me crazy.
Storm has worked her magic. Christmas Dessert Murder is now bind-ups of 20 and 23, and Caramel Pecan Roll Murder that's coming out soon is number 28. Yay.
There you go. Nice.
I was gonna ask you if it changed on your end.
I just decided to
Yeah,
look.
it looked okay on mine, but I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, thank you. Because that was driving me and Elizabeth crazy.
But Regina did say she's a tad bit aggravated with Emma. She seems clueless most of the time, and I don't like the way Stephanie keeps putting herself down. So I'm looking for growth in book 2. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys think that Stephanie will be a character in book 2? Maybe a little bit, because I think they're kind of friends now.
Yeah, I think because she had no friends. Her mom is the one that hired her because she wanted her to have a friend and the workout partner. And I think they developed a friendship. I think she'll be like a side character. Yeah.
You know, I think she is too, because didn't Laura Bradford say there was going to be both of them may have a romance going on?
Yeah, because I think that the potential love triangle is going to turn into one of those goes with Stephanie.
Yes.
I don't even remember there being a love triangle in the run.
I think it was like potential, like it could go that way.
That's one of my favorite reads of the year. I loved it.
I did too. I really, really liked it. Regina said, I just love Big Max. I did too.
Yes, he is so adorable.
I loved him. Adorable.
Yes. Oh, and that if you can listen to that series on audiobook, that narrator does like, you know how like if you do an old person voice, it kind of sounds the same. She did like a different voice for every elderly person, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah. The narration was very good. You're right.
Yeah.
Erica said, "Yay!" Finished my book, All the Stars. Which were you reading?
Yeah,
I was reading the Paper Menagerie.
That's a really good reading.
Paper Menagerie. Good memory, Storm.
What is it?
No, it's not a cozy, so we don't get it.
It's the Paper Menagerie that she was reading. So now she can read all the cozies, because she said after she finished that,
yay. Do you know what you want to start next?
What'd you say?
I said, she wants to know what cozy she wants to start.
Oh, yeah. What do you want to read? That's a good question. Read 22 pages. Rhea said, yes, yum to Row and Joy. Always support going out for takeout. Haha.
Yeah. Me too. And I think it's a local place. I think there's only like 2 locations that are close to us. I think it could be other places.
I'm going to try to buckle down next week and like, no, Dad, we are not going out to eat.
Yep. I made a meal plan, and I'm like, no more eating out Saturdays.
Well, that's great. I need to get back on Weight Watchers. I was actually doing really good on Weight Watchers. And then I don't know if you guys knew this or if I even said it, but I lost my credit card right before Christmas.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was a mess. But anyways, I remember
it was on that card, right?
Yes. And I remember to change all my like automatic bill pay. Except I didn't think of Weight Watchers, which I mean is a bill, but I didn't I was like so worried about forgetting like car insurance, something that would like, you know,
it wasn't a main bill. It was just
right. Yeah. I didn't think about it. And so then all of a sudden Weight Watchers wasn't working like the app. And I'm like, what is going on? It kept telling me I couldn't log in. It was like, no. And I'm like, huh? And then I went and looked, like it said, check this message. And it was like, your payment didn't go through. I'm like, what are they talking about? There's no way. And then I was like, oh my God, it was on the old credit card.
Yeah. And see, with me, it's been so cold that I don't cook for myself. So I'll just freaking grab a sandwich or like just grab whatever is easy. And so now that it's warmer, I'm going to be cooking more fresher meals, and I'm excited.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that's a very good point, because for me, my thing is I was doing well, but then the whole Weight Watcher thing happened. But the other thing is I hate just cooking for me because I can't cook like seems like the right amounts.
Yeah.
And so it's so easy on my way home to pull in somewhere. And I don't necessarily always get something bad. Sometimes it's just a Subway turkey, you know, something,
right.
But still I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous, but it's just, yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
when it's cold and it's winter, you just want to like eat more. It's like comforting. So it's like,
well, yeah, you're stuck inside. And I think
My
that's what happened with
problem-
a lot of people during lockdown too, because they
Yeah.
were stuck, you know.
My problem is I don't like to cook. So whenever he's like, "Hey, do you want to go?" It's like, "Yeah, sure, okay." Because then I
Right.
don't have
Because then
to
you don't have
cook.
to cook. Exactly.
Elizabeth's saying that changes haven't shown up for her. Yeah, I just went on the Goodreads app. I don't know about the website. And when I clicked on the Hannah Swenson series, everything was, it looks like it's 29, but then once you click on the series, everything was changed. And now it's showing a bind up and it's showing.
Yeah, that's the one
28.
thing I couldn't figure out is how to get that one where it says book 29 on the one side, but whenever you click it, it comes up.
Yeah, that's first I'm like, oh, it's not working. And then as soon as I clicked on the series, it was right. And it said 28 and the other one said bind up. So it might just, or it might just be maybe the website hasn't clicked through yet, but the app did. I don't know.
PRB said, I read all genres except plain romance. Right now, I am reading Pale Demon by Kim Harrison and Under the Dome by Stephen King. Storm, is that one of the Stephen Kings you've read, Under the Dome?
I think Kim
But
Harrison
it's a
is like,
gigantic one, like
yeah.
this big. And I bought it from the library for $1 because I haven't read it yet. So
I think, aren't most of Stephen King's, I feel like a lot of his are like, sheesh.
a lot of them, but I mean, there's some that are like this.
Yeah.
That
Oh
one
my
just
gosh.
happens to be like really
this.
Um,
Elizabeth said, oh, that's what you
Yeah.
were just talking about. Stephanie said, I need to read more of A Muddled Murder for the Library Love Readathon.
I enjoyed that one, but I think I need to read this series because the narrator is the same as Country Store, and I keep thinking it's Robbie Jordan on a farm.
I feel like I started it and then I don't remember. I don't know.
And I also read that when I was 6, so I don't remember anything from it.
Oh,
Yeah.
she said it's still showing up the old way. Maybe it's just a little longer.
Somebody else try it and see. Maybe it's just Elizabeth's computer.
Saying that I don't mind
purposely
cooking, but
marked it on Elizabeth.
hate cleaning up. I feel that too.
Well, I have a dishwasher, so the cleanup part's not all that bad.
Wow, PBR, that is amazing. PRB, I said PPR.
Yeah, I'm trying not to
that's
look at their
amazing.
profile picture because it's scaring me.
I went from 365 to 240.
That's amazing.
That is incredible.
Yeah, if your body, like if you're used to like doing things, if you cut one thing, it doesn't. But my thing is like I don't drink sugared sodas and I hardly have diet anyways, and then I'm a carboholic. Like I can't get rid of them completely, but I do cut down when I'm, watching. That's really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. Congratulations. Anita said Under the Dome was a series. Okay.
Yeah, and it was a TV show. Did you try the TV show, Storm?
No. I didn't have the channel that it was on, and so I never watched it.
I remember watching
the television
preview.
series is based on the big gigantic book.
Yeah,
so that's why
I remember the preview of the television show looked so cool because they're like in a dome, like they can't get out. And I was like, oh, that'd be such a cool concept, and I should just watch it. And I never watched it.
Yeah, PRB, I'm the biggest scaredy cat in the world. So I mean, even people are like, oh, well, this part isn't scary. No, it's I would be scared by it. Yeah. There is 2 really skinny ones by King, but I DNF'd both of them. Didn't like either one of them.
Yeah, my friend was so nice. She sent along the boy or no, the girl who loved Tom Gordon, I think is what it's called. It's like it was one of those really skinny ones, and she hated it, so she sent it to me. I said, "Thank you."
It's so funny when people do that. Like, this smells awful. Here, smell it. This sucks. Here you go.
She's like, well, you need to get tortured as well. So here you go.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh, Anita said then she added on TV. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anita. And then PRB said, yeah, it was a TV series. Jerry said, Under the Dome, the TV was nothing like the book.
They never are.
Jerry, did you like the book? I'll probably have to log out completely of Goodreads and log back in. Yeah, that'll probably.
I'm gonna check on the website since I'm right here. I was looking at the app.
Cornflower said, I've given up on Stephen King. Used to love his books. Recently took most of my Stephen King books to the used bookstore. Gotcha.
My love of his books has changed over the years. I used to really, really love his books when I was a teen. But I've tried reading like the books that I loved as a teen, and I give them like 3 stars. So I'm like, evidently they weren't quite as good as now as I thought they were back then. But I like
definitely
some of his
haven't.
newer stuff. I know some people don't like The Outsider, but I liked that one.
Okay, interesting.
Um,
On the website version, it's not changed, but on the app version, it is.
That is weird because, like, if I go and look it up, it's changed on mine. So
Well, because you changed it, probably.
maybe it just changes for me because
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking at the website right now, and it still has book 27, triple chocolate cheesecake murder, and then 28 as the Christmas dessert, and 29. But on the app, it was changed, so it might just take a while.
Yeah. That's
do we know what? I think Hannah probably was on her lunch break, maybe, but do we know what she read for her wedding book?
Yes. Oh yeah. Let me go on Discord. There's some people that said they wouldn't be here, and so I asked them to, if they're not going to be here, to
Send their thoughts on the book. Yeah.
So let me find.
Sherry said she loved. Yes, she liked Under the Dome. Cornflower said, "I love Misery though, and Pet Cemetery." I'm getting scared thinking about them. I've never watched them or no, but I mean, I liked The Outsider too. Maybe it takes resolve on the website. That's true.
Okay, so Hannah read Railroaded for Murder by J.C. Eaton,
Yay!
Sophie Kimball, and I was super happy because I discovered that book 9 is coming out next month, and Storm and Hannah didn't know about it.
So I immediately went and got it off the NetGalley.
Because I was going to say whether if it was on Netflix, because it's not listed with the series. Like, it still says there's 8, but I had saw it on somebody's feed that it said book 9, but it was like in parentheses, so it wasn't added to the series page. So that's something you can change, Storm. You can add it to the
sometimes
series.
I think that's something that they do. If you don't put it in exactly right, whenever you put it into Goodreads, it pops it off by itself and doesn't.
So you should go change that and put it as it's book 9, because it's not in the series thing. Because Hannah did her series wrap up like she thought it was done, and I'm like, wait, one more is coming out. So she read Railroad for Murder, and she gave it 4.5 stars. Funny enough, the second book was also wedding themed, and I really enjoyed that book too. I felt very connected with the mystery and the characters.
I love that series.
The cover of the newest one is so adorable.
Yes. Streetman has a little cowboy hat on, and he's sitting on a
saddle.
My God.
I need to go and look at it. Stephanie, we're talking about the Sophie Kimball series by J.C. Eaton.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I haven't tried it yet, but and then Scottinator on Discord. I did Matchmaking is Murder, if that counts. And her daughter had a basketball game today. She didn't say how she liked it.
Oh.
And then Nancy. So, she added her skull pick too, but no, she said the wedding pick she did was Better Off Wed, which I've read the first 4 of those. It's by Annabelle Archer. No, Annabelle Archer is a series. I think it's Laura Durham.
Oh,
and she gave it 4 stars, so she enjoyed it.
Okay.
And that's it on there.
Nice. I saw Hannah earlier, but I figured she was on
the Scottinator. I want to say she's the one that gave Matchmaking Can Be Murder 3 stars.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I remember somebody reading it and putting it in the finished, because I was like, what? 3 stars?
Another reason why I don't share ratings, because when I put it low, you guys are like, oh. I'm like, doesn't mean I didn't like it.
But it made it memorable. That's why I was like, I think she might have been the one that did that.
Yeah.
PRB said his older stuff is better than the new stuff. I hear that a lot, that Stephen King's older stuff is better than the new stuff. But with his new books, you need to go into them as thrillers or mysteries instead of horror.
Right. I think it becomes just like with Joanne Fluke. I think after you've written a series or you've written for like 10, 20 years, it kind of becomes formulaic. So you don't have as much passion as you did at the beginning. And people expect, like Stephen King, they expect him to put out, new books. And I watched an interview with him, and he's very rigid with his writing style. He said, I give myself a goal. I do that every day, and I move on. So he has like a page count or a number of hours, and he does that. He does it every day, and he does. So I think he's just like automatic, just, writes. So that's why it's probably hit or miss.
And I don't know. I think even he's he's a moneymaker.
Yes, exactly.
And stuff. And sometimes I think he's rebranded some of his old books into another book by his other name, and it's the same thing.
Yeah, he's trying to be successful with giving,
Because
and,
like
and if
Desperation and The Regulators almost have identical covers, almost. But they're from his, like, what is it? Richard Bachman is one, and then Stephen King is the other. And it's like, it sounds the same.
like Joanne Fluke almost seems like a ghostwriter now because her writing is so simplistic and almost insulting now and juvenile that it feels like she was like lost her passion, or now she just doesn't care because it's just a moneymaker to her.
And it was like a light switch with her to me.
And she's like really like a lot older. I mean, like she's like, isn't she like in her 70s or something?
Probably, yeah. And she's been writing for like the series for like 20 years, and
I really think it might be a ghostwriter.
I think she has a ghostwriter.
So that's why I'm thinking that they might still use her name because she's still alive, but then maybe she has help with it.
Well, doesn't James Patterson have like a team that help writes his books? Like he has like a formula.
Of, like, writers, yeah.
And I think the thing that I don't think about a lot is that, I mean, it's not like writers just have to write a book. Yes. They have to constantly be coming up with new ideas. It's not just writing it. It's like the idea. And I mean, that's a lot.
Right. And you might not. We've heard when you've interviewed authors, a lot of times they say it's so hard to let go of characters because I had so many ideas and they only gave me 5 books. But when you're a guaranteed writer, like Joanne Fluke, they're gonna approve everything she does. You know what I mean? So like they're not cutting her off. So she's just putting in an idea. So if you don't have the passion for it and you're just pre-approved, I feel like it's different than like an author being like so like passionate about their characters still and getting cut off. And like Stephen King, they're not going to deny him. He's going to get to write whatever he wants. You know what I mean? Like there's certain authors that are like automatic. So they don't have to try as hard.
Well, like a lot of his books nowadays have gone from like super scary horror
to thriller
mysteries. And so
because maybe he's just tired of the horror, or he feels like the thriller genre is more popular.
Once you've wrote so many, it's probably hard to come up with new ideas on how to scare people.
Yeah, exactly. He might be tired of it, or it's like, oh, mystery thriller is more unpopular now. Yeah, but I feel bad for the authors that like they don't know if they're going to get their next book.
Yeah.
And that's 99% of the authors. They don't know if they're going to get their next books. Like I'm subscribed to some newsletters from cozy authors, and they'll say, I just put in proposals, so let's hope I get book 5 or whatever.
Right.
And they don't know. But like Stephen King and Joanne Fluke and really popular authors, Nora Roberts, they know they can write whatever they want. So they don't, it's a different feel.
True. On my Goodreads shelf, the newest book is 28. Nice.
Okay. But when I click, I think she said, but when I click on the information, it shows it's 29. Okay. Yeah.
The name. Yeah. So, PRB said his name means Paul reads books. Well, welcome, Paul. Do you have a YouTube channel? That sounds like a YouTube channel.
I was going to say, it sounds like a channel.
If you have a YouTube channel, please tell us so that we can go and, stalk you. I mean, subscribe. Sorry. Regina says Stephanie Blackmore's Wedding Planner series is so good. We've been talking about that one today because our Scavenger Hunt pick today that we discussed earlier, everybody's reads. A lot of people did the Wedding Planner series, and it was overwhelmingly a success. Regina. Mel said, I have to go. Company will be here soon. We want dessert picks, or we want dessert. But I guess the best we're going to get is picks. So
we don't have smell-o-vision, so we can't get the smell.
Right. Well, have a great dinner, Mel. Enjoy the company. Later, and Billy Summers by SK were only average reads.
Yeah, I did not like Later.
Read those?
2 stars.
Oh, okay.
I haven't tried Billy Summers yet.
Stephen King, big difference is he quit drinking, so that is when his writing changed. I heard he did. Yeah, I've heard he's even some other stuff, and it affected, and it probably does. I mean, I know a lot of people on substances, and when they quit, because I did, I was in substance abuse counseling they're totally different people. Totally different people when they're off substances. True. Cheryl. Oh yeah. So Storm, she's 79.
Yeah, I thought she was getting up there.
That was Poncho's mom calling to check on him. I
Aww.
think he's doing good.
Lately, the only James Patterson books I enjoy are his 3 biggest series, Jerry said. See you later, Regina. I don't think Joanne has a ghostwriter, but I do believe that when it's a series, you have hits and misses, like Ginger Bolton's series has 50 plus books in her series.
Ginger Bolin.
I think she's maybe thinking of Jessica Beck because they both write donut series.
Oh, yeah. I think you're thinking Jessica Beck because I'm like, wait, Ginger Bolin.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing because they're both donuts.
Yeah.
Which would make sense. It's just to me, the reason I really considered and thought she had a ghostwriter was because I felt like the writing totally changed, and it like almost was written like book
Elementary
books,
style.
like children's novels, like
Yes.
chapter novels when children first start reading.
Yes.
That's how I felt like it was, even like the way it was said and just everything. So I was like, well, maybe there's a ghostwriter.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. I felt like the writing was like really solid at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And then it turned into like I was like almost felt selfish because when one of the things I always say is, and this happens in a couple of books, and Elizabeth has said this too. She'll be cooking with her sister, and she'll be like, and then Andrea will be like, I get a help, Hannah, and she goes, you don't get a help, you get to cook the whole thing, and she goes, I do, and it's just like, come on, it's just I don't know.
Well, and it's yes, like that, and even more like just like Hannah ran down the street.
Yeah,
blah blah blah.
And then she started doing an inner monologue thing.
And, that I don't like.
Yeah,
I do
good
not
Hannah,
like
bad Hannah.
the good Hannah and bad Hannah that started out of nowhere a couple books ago. I was like, this. I'm not going to say, but I didn't.
Cut us off, Storm.
See, Storm, you let us start.
I'm like, I don't know how to mute it.
No, we need a button that you press that goes
like a gong. It's like somebody just like bong. I'm thinking of starting my channel up again. I haven't filmed a video since 2013.
Wow.
LOL. Not sure if I'd remember how. It's like writing up. Well, I don't know.
YouTube has changed a lot since then. Like their whole website's changed, so it's probably easier now than it was back then.
Do it.
And then we're gonna wrap up these comments and let you guys know what's coming up, and then we're gonna get going because
Paul said, yes, I do, Storm. You already subbed to me. I was going to Storm Press. Is your name, where can I find you?
Probably PRB. I don't know.
Okay. Joanne Fluke, my idea. Numbers 18 through 20 were odd. Number 21, she must have gotten a better editor. It's written by someone else. I think 21 was written by someone else. It's as far as I've gotten in the series.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And see, I don't remember the details.
I don't remember the numbers, but there were books where I was really
I just know I was on a fun ride, and then I feel like the roller broke.
I can't post anything,
Yeah.
nothing, because you have to be a mod. And that is a thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you just tell us the name, we'll go and find you. I wanted to let you know,
when people comment, that's their channel, unless they have a separate channel that they do go by with books,
I wanted to let you guys know that I just set up an interview with Jessica Thompson for March 1st. Her second book has a skull on the cover. Nice. I don't know who that is. What series is that?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it.
People just saying bye. No problem. I knew what you meant I was pretty sure you meant Jessica Beck when you said the donuts.
Yeah.
I despise good Hannah, bad Hannah. I do too. I don't like it at all. I know, but we veered off. I always crack up. No. Every time you talk about, yeah. I hate the inner monologue. Yes. Okay, PRB, got it.
I think she was saying a caterer's guide. Yeah, I just found it.
Wait, what?
Caterer's Guide. The second book is Caterer's Guide to Holidays and Homicide. The first one is Caterer's Guide to Crime as a series, and the first book was Caterer's Guide to Love and Murder. The second one's a Christmas theme book, and there's a little skull on the cappuccino little cup.
Nice. All right. So, Storm, what do you have coming up?
I don't know.
She's been asked that question like 3 days in a row.
Oh, okay.
I gotta edit. I gotta work on editing my vlog for this week, and then I have that. That's about it.
There's my Bobby.
And trying and making a TBR for March, but I don't know what it's gonna be yet.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna have fun looking for the 2 themes.
Yeah.
I have my blind date wrap up, which I've only read one, which is the one I'm reading right now because I am finishing it
I
today.
told you you'd slow down.
Well, the thing, I read the audio ones really fast. That's
That's
the thing. It's not that I wanted to slow down because I'm enjoying doing it a lot. It's that the rest of them are ebooks. So I'm finishing that. So I'm still going to do just a wrap up of that, but it'll only be like a couple minute video. And then I'm doing my new to cozies because I was going to do it last week, but then we had the March Mystery Madness announcement. So that took the place of a video. So I am going to do the new to cozies, where to start. And then because the one wrap up is only going to be like seriously a minute long, 2 minutes long, because I've only read one book this week for the blind date anyways, I'm going to do the Universal Yums Poland snack box.
Nice.
I've already had it, but I'm uploading it. It was a lot of fun.
If
And
you
then
want to make
tomorrow-
a video a little bit more, so it's not like just a minute, you could tell us what the dates you're going to be going on. Like, let us
on
know.
next, yeah.
That way, it make it a little bit more.
True.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm hoping to get through them because I'd like to have people give me a couple bit more. But like I said, the other two are
Right.
both.
It doesn't have to be just a February thing. This is something you could do here and there. Blind
I
date with
really like it. It's a lot of fun to do.
because the concept of blind date with a book, the first time I ever heard about it was at bookstores. They'll cover books in paper and they'll be like, all they'll tell you is the genre, like mystery, romance, and then you're just picking it up based on that. So this is something you can do every few months if you want, or just here and there.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
And then tomorrow, your interview.
Yes, and tomorrow I'm interviewing Libby Klein at 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't think either of us realized it was the Super Bowl, when we
Has she said anything back to you, like when need to change it or nothing?
No.
I think you're doing it early enough that it's not going to affect the Super Bowl, though. So
yeah, what is the time?
2 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern. And I think and then of course on Wednesday we have the regular reading sprints at 6 p.m. And then Friday we'll have reading sprints on either Storm's channel or Lee's channel from Dark Roots Creations. And then Saturday the live is
just a free open one, and we're gonna choose scavenger hunt picks for March, but we're only choosing one because if not, it would be 3 weeks of scavenger hunt talk in March, and then one series read along, so it'd be very structured. So just one for March because the 26th is we're not having a live.
Yeah.
So it will be our last live of February next week.
So Cozy and I will talk through the week and maybe try to figure out some sort of theme that like we did last week. But if you have any ideas for themes, shoot them at us. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be private or anything like that. Just shoot
Discord,
themes that you have that you'd want to discuss. And then Saturday night and tonight. So I think he's going to start doing it every Saturday, but it is tonight for sure. Mr. Francie is doing reading sprints at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll be joining him. Storm, are you joining him?
Yes.
So you will see us.
Dang, you guys are busy.
Again.
And tomorrow, Jessica has hers.
Oh yeah, Jessica's doing Super Bowl sprints
during the Super Bowl
for the anti-sportsman.
So of course you can always find reading sprints if you need to get reading in. So I think those are the things coming up. Everybody check out PRB's channel. And Storm, Cozy, thanks as always for joining me. It was a lot of fun today. I enjoyed hearing everybody's wedding books.
Yeah, it was fun.
I found some new ones. What are you asking real quick? What channel so PRB right here, his name is Paul. He has a YouTube channel that I was just telling everybody to check out.
It used to be the Crimson Storm Press, but he changed it to PRB.
Okay. Found you. Okay. Our Jessica's Prince. Oh, Lady Lovestead reads.
Yeah. It's linked in the Discord, Anita.
Yeah.
And it's under the Reading Sprints channel, I think.
Yeah. So I think that's everything. Hope we haven't forgotten anything. If you're new to here, please subscribe, go check out Storm and subscribe. I'm not leaving Cozy out. Cozy doesn't have a channel, but she is our leader of our Discord group. So she's pretty busy trying to keep everybody in line over there and keep everything organized.
That's right.
6 p.m. Eastern or Golden Girls time, whichever way you look at it. All right, everyone, have a great week. Everybody who's traveling, have safe trips, all that stuff. Cozy, enjoy your dinner.
Thank you.
And see everybody tonight or next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Stupid thing won't work.
See you later.